Take that road trip you've been dreaming of. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V. From Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand.
Contact your local Delaware Valley Honda dealers today.
Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
If you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Thomas Oliver of Oliver Wellness Center. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and legs.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms are pain, numbness, tingling, burning, muscle cramps, coldness in the hands or feet, and problems with balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get great results.
Call 856-347-0032 today to schedule a nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there's nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even with amputations. Call 856-347-0032. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 856-347-0032.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic, could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Your heart's rhythm is what keeps you moving through life. And when AFib throws it off, every beat matters. The elite team at Deborah Heart and Lung Center diagnose and treat AFib with advanced technology and a focused expertise, measurably better outcomes from one of the leading heart hospitals in the nation. From diagnosis through recovery, it's the team that's with you every step of the way. Because when it's your heart, don't take chances. DemandDeborah.org.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Free speech lives here. Here. It's Kayal and Company on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
And it is 6 in the morning here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, July 3rd, America 250 Eve. I don't know if it's one of those days where, it's like a Christmas Eve, you leave out milk and cookies for Santa. On 420, you leave out like munchie food for Snoop Dogg. I don't know what you're supposed to leave out for America 250 Eve. I'm not sure if there's some sort of patriotic snack or beverage or I don't know that you're supposed to leave out overnight for Uncle Sam to go ahead and visit you. But whatever the ritual may be or whatever the thought may be, America 250 Eve is upon us. I'm not sure if there's going to be a fat American who comes down the chimney and leaves gifts for you tonight going into tomorrow. But it is America 250 Eve, and we are ringing it in no better location, right? I mean, It's great to be broadcasting in Philly without actually having to be in Philly. I think Anna might agree with me here. She's down in Florida. I'm here in Tennessee.
I'm going to plead the
we've been
fifth,
at it all day.
actually, on that one.
What's that?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Why are we pleading the fifth?
Because we love Philly. This is the birthplace of America.
Well,
maybe we like it at an arm's distance.
In 1776, we loved that. But, it's a totally different place now. You had a Democrat, we talked about it yesterday, right? That guy was it Chris Rabb in Pennsylvania's 3rd Congressional
Howie
District?
Mandel. Tanned Howie Mandel.
Yeah, yes, Tan Howie Mandel. Mocha Howie Mandel in front of Independence Hall.
Right.
Basically just crapping all over the Declaration of Independence. It was signed in that building behind him, and he's talking about how it was an awful thing. Oh, these screeds, stolen land. By the way, we should have started today with a land acknowledgement. We'll do it in a minute while we move through these 4 hours this morning on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on this America 250 Eve. It's going to be a good morning. We've got the dangerous heat dome, obviously. We've been talking about that for a while. Dangerous heat dome, bum, bum, bum. It's terrible. Everyone's
People are
going to
die, though.
Well, and it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah,
we don't want to see that.
That's going to happen. Some old person's going to get caught up in NYC. I know we'll get to it, but it's going to be crazy. So make sure you're hydrated and try to find some cooler environments. Sorry, NYC.
Yeah. We have a phrase, a hydrated person is a happy person, a dehydrated person is a dead person, and dead people have no fun, but they do vote Democrat, right? So we have to watch out for that. I think the Democrats are secretly rooting for the heat dome to kill a lot of people because those are all new voters. That's like the Grim Reaper is like their Scott Pressler, if you think about it, right? The Grim Reaper kills you, and then when you're dead, you vote Democrat. They always win the dead vote. I find that to be fascinating. So let me tell you what we got on tap, all right? Because the great Anna Hummel has a habit of finding just some amazing news out there. I don't know how you do it. I can never find these really funny stories. So we've got a couple of, news of the day things that we're going to get to. Rolling blackouts in New York City. Because of the quote-unquote warmth of collectivism. That's what it is. It's the heat of collectivism now. The warmth of collectivism seems to be very oppressive. AOC has endorsed a candidate in the Michigan Senate race, so we'll go there. Tim Walz, we hear all about this over the course of, since the Epstein files debacle with Pam Bondi. It's on my desk. It's not on my desk. We have the files. We don't have the files. Tim Walz quite literally is protecting pedophiles, illegal alien pedophiles. A little pardon. Pardoned one of them yesterday. So it's not a joke. It's not a joke. We got that. An indictment has been handed down in the reflecting pool saga in Washington, D.C. They were arguing, was it just a bad paint job? Did somebody go in there and cut the lining? An indictment has been handed down. Now, while you can indict a ham sandwich, that's the old cliche, this ham sandwich was in a bank at 8 a.m. On July 2nd, and the bank was robbed at 8 a.m. on July 2nd. Therefore, the ham sandwich did it. Let's hand down the indictment because you don't have to provide Brady material and evidence to the contrary to the grand jury in these processes. But an indictment in D.C. was handed down by a D.C. grand jury regarding the reflecting pool, and it's not going to make CNN and the mainstream media very happy. It's not going to make these people happy either. Algae! Those are the algae people screaming and talking to the algae, rooting it on like Super Bowl Sunday, which is bizarre. Anna, do you ever think we'd reach a point in time in this country where you'd see a bunch of leftists cheering on algae? Do you ever think?
No, surprising to me. Even.
And we are there now. We are there now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday, where just like everything unthinkable that I could have postulated in my mind, let's say 6-7 years, let's say pre-COVID, it's now.
Big word.
Yeah, it's now happening. Reality is stranger than fiction now, and nothing surprises me. And when
No.
something does surprise me, that surprises me. Like, wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Exactly.
So.
But then at the same time, you look back on that little self-reflection and you're like, hold on a second. Why wouldn't I expect that? These are crazy times populated by crazy people. So the algae people are going to be very upset because they wanted to blame Trump and, Trump's pool guy didn't do it right and all this. Look, innocent until proven guilty. But according to Judge Jeanine Pirro, who's now the U.S. attorney out of D.C., and she had a field day with the media yesterday. According to her, there's a lot of evidence that this guy, this former Olympian canoeist, who was indicted.
Did you know that was a sport?
I did not know that was a sport.
I didn't know either. I know like rowing is a sport.
Yeah,
but
canoeing was a sport. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Have you ever done the canoe before? Have you ever done that?
Done a kayak, which is its sportier cousin, I guess.
Yeah, kayaking's fun.
Yeah,
that's a workout. You know, upstate. I was upstate many years ago. Let's say 6, maybe 7 years ago. 6, 7, and I'm not going to get. People hate when I do that because it means nothing. I am.
You can't not though. 6'7".
You
you have to like 6'7". You just have to.
You got a 6'7".
You got a 6'7". Do you think the audience knows what we're talking about right now?
If they have children, yes.
Are there children our age, or you know what I mean?
Oh,
or
true.
Gen Alpha. You got to have Gen Alpha kids.
Yeah, it could be
grandkids. There you go. Yeah.
You got grandkids, right? They could be some of the folks in the audience could be teachers who deal with these Gen Zers who are 6'7"ing all over the place. And I know it gets people really mad. They're like, because it means nothing. That's the reason why I do it. And the madder someone gets, the more I want to do it. That's just the kind of pain in the ass that I am. Especially like when I was in high school, it was like that. When the teachers told me not to do something, I did it like twice as loud. But about 6 or 7 years ago, I was upstate, speaking of kayaking. And, we strapped the beer cooler to my kayak. And it was heavy. My kayak almost sunk by the time we were done upstate on this river. But we drank almost all the beer, and we had a good day. And it was a good time. I almost lost the shoe to quicksand. I almost got stuck in. Believe it or not, I had to pull my kayak off the.
That's another
river.
One of my fears. Yeah.
And I had to do a little number one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I started sinking into this like mud island. It was a battle,
Dude.
And it actually it tried to take my shoe.
At least
but
it didn't
I was
take
able
your
to win.
arms.
Yeah.
Like that alligator. I kept thinking about that yesterday and just like, dude, here's the thing. I'm not really scared to be dead, but I'm scared to like the dying. Like that transition for some people is really nice, right? You die in your sleep. Like what could be better? You're 95, you die in your sleep. Chef's kiss. Then other people at 30 are getting their arms ripped off by alligators, and they see it and feel it and experience it, and that's how they go. I think about that stuff a lot. Do you?
I don't necessarily think about that too much. I don't want to be like I don't want to be dwelling on something that's that
why not
morbid.
Yeah, right.
But you do have to think like, how am I going to go? Right. And I hope it's not via alligator. Let's just put it that way. Right. Or like shark, something with large teeth,
Yeah.
I would like it to be peaceful, fiery, but mostly peaceful. I'll settle for, but I would like it to be, actually peaceful.
Right.
We got rolling blackouts in New York City, indictments on the reflecting pool saga. Tim Walz with a pardon of a illegal alien pedophile. Donald Trump with an interesting strategy here. He was floating this last year, floating this at the beginning of the year. Obviously, midterm elections, and you know what they say, Anna. If you repeat the same behaviors and expect different results, what does that make you? What
It's
is
the
that
definition of insanity.
Very good. Anyone ever tell you you're very smart, right? Everybody's like, Anna Hummel's smart. She's a very smart person. Smarter than a lot of other people.
Thank you
look
for
at some
being
of these people,
honest.
very stupid. Very stupid. So yes, this definition of insanity. So if you change the behavior, you may not necessarily get better results, but you would think, different results.
Right. That's data. That's data.
Right. So Donald Trump is announcing that there is going to be an RNC-style convention this year in September, hosted in Dallas for the Republican Party to galvanize voters ahead of the midterms, something that we don't do. So, hey, does that mean that Republicans in the House are going to win, these midterm elections and hold control of the House? No. But people say, how are we going to get, voter enthusiasm, getting people out? Well, Donald Trump is going to kind of change the game here. Mm-hmm. So he's announcing that there's going to be a midterm RNC-style convention like you see during election years this year during the midterm. So we will get into that. And then a couple of wild stories. I wanted to get to one of these yesterday. But Anna, you found some story about a fitness influencer who got banned from a flight for attempting to board naked. What is going on here? What is it with people and not being dressed appropriately on airplanes? This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's either way too casual or too slutty. Not enough clothes. Too many clothes, not enough clothes. So.
And then another story on the airplane about yoga. It is apparently he's just somebody that's decided mid-flight to start doing a little downward-facing dog. Warrior 1, Warrior 2. What are we doing? When did we lose our minds about what's acceptable and not acceptable on airplanes? When do you think it was? Was it COVID?
I think we need to bring back shame. Shame has I'm a millennial. I feel an immense amount of shame about a lot of things. There are things where I'm like, that's shameful. All of a sudden, there was this transition where you should feel bad about nothing, completely embrace who you are because you're perfect. And again, as a geriatric millennial, I go, no, you need to be shameful. You need to feel bad about how you act, who you are, things you need to improve. And I feel like just shame has left the building. And especially as someone who goes to the gym frequently, I see a lot of what I deem as shameful behavior, just boasting, not being courteous to the people around you, just doing a photo shoot. Everybody's trying to work out. Why is it all about you? But there's just no shame, and I think we need to bring back shaming other people into submission.
I agree. What do you think about the stockade? Remember the stockade? Where they would hang you in that thing?
Oh,
when they lock you in and you get tomatoes and stuff thrown at you? Why wouldn't we do that? That's a good idea. You know how much crappy behavior would stop in society? They say, it's cruel and unusual. Well, I don't think so. I think it's definitely
retro
cruel, but it's justifiably
and
cruel.
Yeah, it's retro and vintage.
We should make it usual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, bring it back. Stockades. I think you go on a plane, you wind up doing yoga. The first thing that happens is when you get off the plane, you're in a stockade in the airport to show everybody what not to do. And it's like, why are you in the stockade? I decided to do downward facing dog Warrior 1, Warrior 2 in the middle of the flight and people weren't amused. So, I think we bring that back and we could return to being a proper society. Speaking of proper societies and being civilized, Anna, you've got some news out of Philly, and we'll go to Phil for sports, but why don't you take it away here?
All right. Kayal and Company news live for the 6 a.m. hour. It is currently 87 degrees in Philadelphia, and it's only going to get hotter. Today, you will see possibly a high of 105, between 103 and 105. So be careful. Kind of a continuation from yesterday's story. Second teen suspect in murder of Penn State student surrenders to Philly police. The second teen suspect in the murder of a Penn State student in South Philly is now in custody. This guy's name is Kasim Smith. Plot twist. 16 surrendered to Philly police on July 2nd. So that was yesterday. Another 16-year-old boy, his name, like the inverse, Azubair Oten Fleming, was arrested by U.S. Marshal Services in Colorado on July 1st. Both teens were wanted in connection to the early June murder of 22-year-old William Billy Schmidt in South Philly. Oten Fleming's mother was also arrested in connection to Schmidt's murder. Oten Fleming's stepfather, identified as Dante Abdul Malik, was in custody as well for trying to help the teen hide from law enforcement. Unfortunately, Schmidt, 22, was shot and killed just steps from his door around 1:30 a.m. on June 6, 2026, near 20th and Door 4 streets in South Philly. According to his family, Schmidt was preparing to enter his senior year at Penn State, where he was studying communications. So tragic.
Very tragic. It's sad.
On a happier, more positive note, Congress members celebrate America 250 in Philly's Congress Hall on the eve of the nation's, work with me here, semi-quincentennial, I think that's how you say it.
It's his 250th birthday is a more civilized way to say that, right?
It's much more American to say America 250.
Semi-quincentennial.
That's what it's called, semi-quincentennial.
Semi means half. I guess quincentennial will be 500 years. Okay.
No.
We broke it down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Half of 500. Right.
Half of
exactly.
500. Yeah.
Yep. 37 members of Congress celebrated the nation's founding in the rooms where it happened. When I saw this, I got a little emotional because I was like, what a way to bring it back to where it all began. And I've never been inside Independence Hall. I've, been around it and walked by it, but the inside of it is very unassuming. It's not that impressive, but just to think in those small chambers that the greatest nation in the world was born. It's a beautiful thing.
It happened. You're in the room and you're like, it happened. You're like Nicolas Cage in National Treasure, where he's holding the Declaration and he says it in such deadpan Nicolas Cage, fashion. Well, the last time this document was here, it was being signed by 53 men. The whole thing. You kind of nerd out. That's how I feel at Gettysburg when I'm at Gettysburg. By the way, today, 163 years ago today, the anniversary day 3 of fighting at Gettysburg, Pickett's Charge. But it's weird when you're there and you picture,
Dude,
this
what
is where
a
people
brutal
were shooting
war.
cannons and bloody, and this is where the bayonet charge. It's just wild.
Right. Wow. And then they get no positive remembrance for any of that. All the people that died fighting in the Civil War, and it's still America's racist. It's really?
Right.
Really?
Yeah. 50,000 on both sides. 50,000 people dying at the Battle of Gettysburg. We fought a war against ourselves. Largely concerning the issue of slavery and other issues,
of course,
states' rights, but
secession.
But it was a part of it. To say that it wasn't a part of it, to say that it was all about slavery is inaccurate. But to say that it wasn't a part of it also is inaccurate.
Correct.
The truth is in the middle.
Right.
But you're right. They get no credit.
No credit. Yes. Philadelphia U.S. Rep. Brendan Boyle had long sought to take Congress on a field trip back to Independence Hall to commemorate his hometown's role in the nation's founding. And on Thursday, yesterday, his 2-year effort to bring Congress back to where it met from 1790 to 1800 culminated in a history lesson rather than a formal joint session of Congress. While July 4th gets most of the fanfare, Boyle said July 2nd deserves more attention as the day the Second Continental Congress voted to declare independence from Great Britain in 1776.
There it is. So July 2nd. So we really are at this point 250 years old already, but the signatures haven't been put on the page
until
yet.
The 4th. Yes,
right.
Exactly.
So we've adopted the Declaration.
Yes.
Me and Thomas Jefferson, great guy. We wrote it together. We adopted the Declaration. We're like, okay, this is great. We are and then we're signing it tomorrow, 250 years ago.
Correct. Well,
Okay.
yeah, which gets most of the fanfare, right?
Right.
So I like to take you on a roller coaster ride, right? We start with some bad news, a little bit of good news. Now we're back to bad news, unfortunately. Large and growing parasitic infection, yay, reported in 17 states, including PA and New Jersey. A large and growing outbreak of a parasitic infection is spreading in Michigan. As of Thursday, more than 300 cases of, cyclosporiasis, an intestinal infection, has been confirmed. Typically, the state only sees about 50 cases per year. The parasite usually spreads through food or water contaminated with feces. This is 100% happening in Flint. I can tell you that right now. As someone who lived in Detroit, Michigan, this is a Flint problem.
That was causing explosive Rero in New York?
I don't know, but that's kind of what these viruses do, or these parasites do. Yeah, you're gonna get some massive diarrhea for sure.
Diarrhea, okay.
Yep. The outbreak comes as the CDC reports 145 cases have been infected in 17 states, excluding Michigan, as of June 15th, with at least 20 people hospitalized. Residents in Pennsylvania and New Jersey are among those dealing with the illness. So there's that.
There was a story about a parasitic infection that was spreading in New York, and but I don't know if that's the same parasite. I'm going to look this up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. They got a lot of parasites. They're called communists, but yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Mom
but
Donnie
also
is a parasite in and of himself.
Right,
He'll
he
give
sure
you
is.
explosive diarrhea.
He sure will, or you'll just die this weekend because it's going to be so hot. You got to go bathe in the fountains or something. Friday in Philly, that's today. Philadelphia region could be the hottest day of the heat wave with a chance of storms. Here's the forecast. The heat wave in the Philadelphia region is going into day 5 today, and it's getting hotter. Thursday's high of 103 degrees tied the daily record, was just 1 degree shy of an all-time July record, and was the hottest temperature we've seen in 15 years. That doesn't even account for the dew point and the feels like. Friday will be another dangerously hot day with highs between 103 and 105. Making another run at the hottest July day ever. Please take the heat seriously and protect yourself as well as your family, friends, neighbors, and pets. In addition to the dangerous heat, there's a chance for a few pop-up storms, mainly Friday and Saturday evenings. Some could produce gusty winds and hail along with lightning and heavy rain. Friday storms look to be very widely scattered, but Saturday we see a few more storms in the evening.
All right.
Yes. So be careful, protect yourselves and your pets. Forgot about that. Yeah, don't let Sparky die. And lastly, I know Sean is probably going to roll his eyes, but I'm a girl and Taylor Swift is getting married today.
Oh,
okay?
that's right. That's
I'm
right.
sorry. I can't help myself. This is exciting. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding festivities begin.
Can I ask you why this is exciting? What is exciting about this?
I think it's just because she's so famous and this is so extravagant. Like we're talking about probably like between a $20 and $30 million event for one night.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe more.
Whatever. No. Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Where's Bernie? Oh, that's the oligarchy. They're all gathered in Madison Square Garden. Oh, no. You cannot get married, Taylor. You're spending too much money in Madison Square Garden. Listen, my other thing here is, I thought if you do like things in Madison Square Garden, you're a Nazi. Remember Trump with the rally? Oh, the Nazis, 1939. The Knicks, the Rangers, Billy Joel, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. They must also be Nazis too. I think we should play by those rules.
Yeah, and I can probably bet on everything I know and love that it's not going to be 78 degrees in Madison Square Garden. It's probably going to be a nice, like crispy 67.
Of course. And when we we're going to talk about the rolling blackouts in New York City. You know where there's not going to be a blackout is the Kelce Swift wedding, of course.
Yeah, absolutely
right?
not.
There it is.
Not for me. Exactly. Wedding festivities are reportedly set to begin yesterday, actually, for Swift and Kelce at MSG, which whenever I think MSG, I think monosodium glutamate, but it's Madison Square Garden.
I do not think monosodium glutamate.
Really?
Yeah,
the umami flavor in like Chinese food.
So New York. MSG. You know, I think that monosodium, whatever, that's that salty stuff that's in China, right?
Yeah, it's what they said was like giving everybody headaches in the 90s when you would eat like Chinese food. They're like, oh, you have a headache because of the MSG, and it got like demonized and stuff. And I
usually have a headache because of what goes on in MSG. Rangers hockey, New York Knicks basketball, and now they're champions. So there you go.
Right. The first event for Swift and Kelce will be held in the arena around 6 p.m. This was yesterday with a guest list of about 100 people. Just hours before the event on Thursday, Swift and Kelce had donated $26 million to charities. A representative for Swift confirmed. City Harvest, New York City's first and largest food rescue organization, shared a press release on Thursday revealing that the couple had donated $1 million to the organization. That's nice, right? That's nice.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Okay.
And then on Friday, a second event will take place, which is a weird way of saying the wedding, starting around 4 p.m. with a cocktail hour, according to the sources. 1,000 people are expected to be in attendance, and the event isn't scheduled to end until 4 a.m. Saturday morning. The sources said both events will have a strict no phone policy for everyone inside the venue, including guests, vendors, and security personnel. Outside of the venue, streets will be shut down. The sources said that an event company has obtained permits to close portions of West 31st Street and West 33rd Street for the duration of the events. Streets will also be closed to both vehicles and pedestrians. For now, 7th and 8th Avenues are expected to remain open to pedestrians and traffic.
Just a little ridiculous here.
It's ridiculous.
Just a touch.
It all down.
It is ridiculous, but that's why it's fun. That's why it's fun.
Okay, you say so. Not
Okay,
me.
that's
Right.
I'll allow it.
All right, and now Phil Onquist with sports.
Thank you, Anna. Today we will start in baseball, where the Phillies finished off their 4-game series with Pittsburgh. Now I have to wonder if Nick was there since they lost 6-1. They're off today and start a 3-game series in Kansas City tomorrow. By the way, the fact they're in Kansas City for the 4th is a complete disgrace. The Phillies in Kansas City.
Oh, they should be home.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're in Kansas City on Saturday for the 4th of July. That's
Who made that decision? Fire whoever that was.
Firing squad. Come on.
Come on. No. I said fire. You said firing squad.
I'll go with it. It's firing squad. Let's get rid of them. In
do it.
In basketball, the Sixers signed free agent guard Anthony Simons to a 2-year, $12.4 million deal to help bolster their bench. There's also reports now that they're interested in signing LeBron James. Imagine that, a Philly sports team possibly signing a king, i.e. King James. Just wonder how that's going to go over the no games crowd.
Isn't he like 90 years old now?
He's 41. I mean, he's still playing okay.
Hey, that's not old.
I mean, for basketball, it's not terrible. For a bench player, I would sign him, but my team's champions right now. So anyway, moving on, since it's a light sports day. Yes, I did say that. I'll finish with this. Have either of you been to a Goodwill outlet?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
Well, imagine finding a vintage Lakers jacket worn by Wilt Chamberlain in the 1972 finals. This is a report from Fox 12 out of Portland, Oregon.
I'm ready to find some heat. Bro, let's find some heat.
19-year-old Quinn Brown is on cloud 9.
I was just doing this because I really enjoyed it, never expecting anything like that.
It all started 5.5 months ago at the Hillsborough Goodwill outlet. Brown spotted a gold and purple short-sleeve jacket in someone else's hands.
He just threw it right in front of me, immediately grabbed it, and one of the best moments of my life.
For just $3.07, the jacket was his. After a few Google image searches, he had an inkling it was the real deal. So he posted a photo of it to Instagram that caught the eye of Sotheby's. Before long, the jacket was on its way in an armored van to New York, where it was professionally authenticated.
I saw the text, and he said, "Your jacket has been matched to the 1972 NBA Finals," and I had known the NBA Finals jersey sold for $4.9 million. So that's the jersey he wore under my jacket.
This unique piece of memorabilia is now up for auction with an estimated value of $150,000 to $250,000.
He spent
Quinn's story is such a great reminder, like a perfect example of how hunting for treasures at Goodwill is exciting and thrilling, and as we've seen here in this instance, just magical.
Does that mean I'm going to go to Goodwill right now? No, but you just never know. You just never know.
My wife does a lot of shopping at Goodwill. She comes home with some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, you'd be surprised with some of the things that, folks will just part with, and you can get some pretty cool stuff.
Absolutely.
Clothing, but some other little widgets.
Yeah.
We call them widgets. Beautiful
widgets.
things.
I hate it, honestly. My OCD doesn't allow me to enjoy the experience or anything, because I'm just like, everybody else's germs are all over these items. I got to get out of here. So
anyway, sports is sponsored by D&K Appliances, family owned and operated, offers industry leading brands like Bosch, GE Profile, Speed Queen, KitchenAid, Sub-Zero, and more. Their staff and local experts guiding you through the sales, delivery, installation, and service. Visit D&K Appliances in Newtown Square and Flourtown, and or DKAppliances.com. That's sports for Kayal Company.
And point of order here, Mr. Chairman. Missing from Phil Onquist, Sports
Rangers.
Is the red-hot, surging Texas Rangers.
I am not going to mention the Texas
Detroit
Rangers.
Tigers 10-4. Yeah, just going to say it.
Okay.
We have a winning record. You're not going to get rid of me until they're back to having a losing record, which I'm sure will happen in about a week.
All right.
There it is.
That's it.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. Anna Hummel, great with the news. We're going to be back in just a little bit. We'll talk about the rolling blackouts, the power outages, the 78-degree thermostats, the warmth of collectivism, as Zoran Mamdani said it when he was sworn in back in January. And then he held, Jim Snow 2.0 saying you have to have ID in order to shovel snow in New York City. The warmth of collectivism. Oh, it's warm in New York City. We'll get to that and more on the other side of the break. 855-839-1210 if you want to chime in and wish America a happy birthday, or you just want to talk to me or Anna Hummel or anybody who is here on this show this morning. 855-839-1210. Give us a call. We're back with more right after this.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Health Trends.
For the first time in over 20 years, a new sunscreen ingredient is coming to U.S. shelves. The FDA recently approved bimotrizonol, a game changer that offers superior defense against both skin aging and sunburn. Unlike older formulas, it does not break down in the sun or leave a chalky white cast. Experts say it sits safely atop your skin, making it perfect for sensitive faces. Look for it in stores this summer. I'm Margie Schaefer.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Pet parents, there are many sources to buy your pet food these days, but at Dogs and Cats Rule, we take special care in selecting our brands based on quality of ingredients, company transparency, and science-based nutrition. Coming into a Dogs and Cats Rule store with a dietary issue, we can help select the proper food. The best part of the visit is the shopping experience. That's Dogs and Cats Rule with 7 locations. For information online, visit dogsandcatsrule.pet. Dogs and Cats Rule. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Dawn here. You know, with gas prices on top of everyone's minds right now, what about a hybrid? There are a lot of gas-saving options available from my friends at the Piazza Auto Group. The Honda hybrid lineup includes the Accord, the Civic, or the CR-V SUV. Take advantage right now of 2.99% financing, 36 months, or 3.99% for 60 months on the CR-V. Experience award-winning hybrid performance today. Piazza Honda in Philadelphia, Springfield, Langhorne, Pottstown, or Reading. PIAZZA, PiazzaHonda.com. Tell Dawn sent you.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. America is turning 250, and Rescue Natural Supplements is celebrating in a big way. For a limited time, honor 250 years of freedom. Buy any 2 or more single bottles and save 50% with the code FREEDOM250. That's right, mix and match your favorite premium supplements. Enjoy half off every bottle. Whether you're looking for quality omega-3s, natural cholesterol solutions, weight loss, or joint comfort formulas, now's the perfect time to stock up and save. For over 40 years, Rescue has developed research-backed wellness solutions and high-quality ingredients you can trust. And with prices rising everywhere, there's never been a better time to save on the supplements you need most. Just go to res-q.com to mix and match site-wide and use that code FREEDOM250. Or call a product consultant, 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483, because freedom feels even better when you're saving 50%. Shop online and save now. res-q.com. Use that code FREEDOM250.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
The intense July heat is here, and Philadelphia humidity is peaking. Don't wait for your energy bills to skyrocket before realizing your windows are failing. Call the pros at Window Nation now. Right now, you can get 50% off all window styles plus 0 down payment and no payments or interest for 2 years. Get the energy-efficient windows from Window Nation installed in 1 day or less without the hassle. Beat the heat, protect your home, and start saving today. Schedule your fast free consultation now at windownation.com.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Good morning and welcome back. You're listening to Kayal and Company on 1210 WPHT. I was informed that Sean Farish is having some technical difficulties. We're trying to connect, so he might just pop in at any given moment. So just bear with us as we work through this. But as promised, the fraud, New York, boiling, no power, heat wave. It looks like New York is baking under another summer heat wave, and parts of the Riverdale neighborhood in the Bronx, which happens to be home to My people, I guess. Home to a large Jewish community has lost power after Con Edison shut off electricity to protect its equipment. And as Sean referenced before the break, this is really the warmth of collectivism. Quite literally. Con Edison has turned off power to some customers in parts of Riverdale and the Bronx to protect equipment and allow for quicker restoration of services. The outages left parts of Riverdale sweating without air conditioning during a dangerous citywide heat wave. The timing also puts intense pressure on Mayor Zoran Mamdani. I mean, does it? It just seems like a lot of people are down for this no matter what, because they're in their mind, the ends justify the means, which is pretty much the whole point of communism. It's like, listen, we have to suffer collectively because it's for the better good of others. Or
that's
collective.
right. And don't forget it, because
don't forget it.
I think New York is trying to sabotage us right now. I think they are.
You think so?
I think so. Now I think we have Sean back. Sean, are you back?
I don't know what happened. It was I don't know what's going on today. America 250 Eve. Things are crashing. It's all over the place. Maybe it's, I don't know, the heat wave took us out. It was the dome, Jimmy.
I'll tell you what it is. It's because of the dangerous heat dome. Bah, bah, bah.
There it is. There it is. So, Anna, tell me, while I was on my little sabbatical there, I was drifting in...
sabbatical of stress and anxiety.
Stress and anxiety. I had no idea. Well, I was like Major Tom in the Space Oddity. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Your circuit's dead. So tell me, what are we talking about here? The warmth of collectivism in New York City? It's Riverdale. Isn't that interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if that just happens to be a coincidence, but, God only knows these days.
So the fact that it's the Jewish neighborhood, I mean, as Breitbart is framing it that way, I don't know if it's, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Necessarily the case. Yeah, I don't want to just assume the worst, because that's just these, but you just connect two dots. You're like, I don't want to play the Candace Owens game. It's like, who else had a Jewish friend? Erica Kirk. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty lucrative business to just blame everything on the Jews, right? So, but it's also
I'm learning that it's kind of scary.
If you ask, but if you ask social media, it's also a very lucrative business to defend the Jews. Apparently, that means AIPAC pays you. I mean, someone told me that I was getting $7,000 for a post. I said, I don't post enough. If I was, I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't be. Exactly. I would schedule my post. I would just have it. I'd have AI do it for me. And I'd get, $7,000 like an hour.
Me too. Yeah, no doubt.
Good.
But the article did point out that who's not getting their power shut off, which is what we referenced again before the break, is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and their 1,000 guests attending their wedding. So
Tay-Tay, right? There it is.
Tay-Tay
and Travis. So we have I've got a cut actually from ex Nick Sorter. He got some footage, I think it was from Freedom News or one of those, roving on the street journalists in New York City. And, remember Anna, when in California, President Xi, Winnie the Pooh, remember when President Xi, showed up and they cleaned up the homeless, right? They made California look great. So, Phil, this is going to be cut 12. There's no audio on this one because it's New York City. So everyone's got a filthy mouth in that filthy city. But this is going to be cut 12. New York City cleaned up the junkies in front of MSG because of Tay-Tay's wedding. We're going to roll. We can roll that. If you're watching on youtube.com/1210 WPHT, look at this. This is outside of Madison Square Garden. That Karen didn't look very happy. You got these these big yellow buses. I'm sure that look at the cops. Look at the cops.
Right. What a security nightmare. Yeah.
For a wedding. For Taylor Swift, and look at that.
It's a giant display of wealth and power, and I feel like, oh my God, if you got it, flaunt it, if that's what you want to do with it. So
I wonder where they put. Where do you think they stored the junkies? Like, where do you think they are? Because they're going to be back after the wedding.
No doubt. Yeah, they're just temporarily cleaned away.
Where do you think they are? Like, where do you think they moved them? Is there like a vault that they stuck them in, like the junkie vault? What do you think?
I don't know, but wherever they are, they're probably roasting right now. So maybe I just see them in a giant warehouse. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they're all at like the Roosevelt Hotel or something, just like living it up while the people who actually contribute and pay taxes get their power shut off. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's where the illegals used to. That's where the illegals used to stay. The Roosevelt, and they complained about the food. They were like, "Oh, the free food isn't good. Like it's free. What are you complaining about?
Is this gluten free or it's like shut the hell up."
How about this is it's not going to be free anymore. It's going to be you have to pay for it. So let me ask you this. So you're into the Taylor Swift wedding. It's like
I am. I'll say it. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, you're into it.
I'm
for reasons
into the
unknown.
fanfare. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not like a huge fan of hers. I've never been to any of her concerts or anything like that. But I like spectacles. I'm big on spectacles, and this is kind of like a spectacle is kind of like drama, and it's like guys like drama too, but you might like it in the form of politics, right? And I do as well,
Yeah.
but I also kind of like it in the form of this, of just like a massive display. I'm also very intrigued by the idea and the concept of celebrity. To me, is crazy. The fact that she can walk around, right? First off, she can go nowhere without security these days, of course. But if she were to walk around and someone sees her, she can evoke such a crazy response. They could start just screaming, crying. Could you imagine if you were walking around, someone saw you and just started screaming and crying because they couldn't believe it was you? Like what that does to the human psyche, be like, I'm a god. I'm amazing. Like there's no way I wouldn't be a total psychopathic narcissist if I was famous. So I totally understand why, celebrities are a-holes because, I mean, how could you not be? But whatever.
Right, when you walk around and people are like, oh, it's
like
Taylor Swift.
weeping. They're weeping to see you. Yeah.
You're into fanfare, right?
Yes.
You're into the spectacle. So does this mean, because I could not be more opposite on that. Like, I mean, I get it.
Sure.
Like you said, like, I'm into political drama. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like famous people, right, whether it's Taylor Swift or a politician or the freaking royal family, like I don't know, they're just people to me, right? Now, obviously, I know they're famous, they've done stuff, but like, and so do you get like this with the royal family too? Like when the queen died, for example, did you wear a veil and were you like in mourning for a couple days? What was the deal?
No, I didn't really care about that. Maybe because it's not a domestic thing. Maybe I don't know. Like they're just famous because they were born in the right family. Maybe I would have been into it if it was like during Diana days and like Diana died and that whole thing, like the drama surrounding that would have been, maybe a bit more entertaining to me. But just like the queen, like an old lady dying, not really. I don't find that really compelling. I can't really explain why. I've never really like fantasized about being like a princess or royalty or anything like that. That life to me is not very appealing. It seems very dry. I'm not really a big fan of like super serious etiquette, and I feel like that's what the royal family is they just are always doing the robot.
Right.
Not really warm.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of super serious etiquette either, except on airplanes. We have to be polite to our neighbors on airplanes.
Of course,
and
that's just
we'll get to some of those stories.
Decency.
But
yeah.
So like the royal wedding doesn't do it for you either, because like the Taylor Swift wedding and the royal wedding doesn't do it for you.
I think I watched a little bit of that, but for some reason, like Taylor Swift, and obviously it's because I've just maybe grown up with her as well. But just the fact that she's so wealthy, I think she's a billionaire, right? After this last tour, perhaps. So, I find people who are just on such a different stratosphere of wealth, power, and influence, I find that fascinating. Whether it's Trump, Taylor Swift, trying to think of Jesus Christ, I don't know, just someone who's super famous and has a lot of influence, and they make one statement and people like erupt around it. Maybe I'm a little envious. Maybe I'm like, ooh, I wish I had that kind of pull. But it's just fun to watch for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
the fact that like $20 million and it's like, whatever. Like, it's just, yeah, no problem. Whatever.
You think Zohran Mamdani is going to try and tax Taylor Swift for the time she's spending in New York City? Because he doesn't think she should exist. Billionaires, right? He doesn't think she should exist. I wonder if Mamdani is going to mandate that Taylor Swift does concerts for free. in New York City, because
perhaps he's
asking for a ticket to entry.
Snap a picture with her. Like, here's the thing: is that they're probably on the same team, which is odd because it's just lip service. Like, she's one of the wealthiest people on the planet, so he should, by definition, hate her, but he doesn't because she probably supports him. So,
yeah, she probably supports him. So you have these rolling blackouts now in New York City, and you brought it up. You said who's not going to have power outages is the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce wedding, and I don't know if it's connected or not. But are people, because you don't want this to be a bust, right? The last thing you want to have is and honestly. See, I'm rooting for. This is where I'm not an eat the rich guy. Like, I'm not. Okay, if you're wealthy and if you're wealthy because you've made good decisions with your money, I'm a capitalist by all means. Great job. Taylor Swift, I don't care for her music, but a lot of people do.
The butt is coming though. Where is it?
There's a butt. There's a butt. It's coming. It's there's a butt, and there's no cocaine in this butt. Okay, yesterday's butt stuff. Okay, but there's a butt coming. Right. Okay. If you're Taylor Swift, if you're a musician and you've made a lot of money in the industry, people like what you do, by all means, keep doing it. However, it is because of the fanfare. There wasn't a but, it was a however. Because of the fanfare, because of all the people who are obsessed, I'm kind of I hope something goes wrong here. Not really? In a bad way, but I hope the lights go out.
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably a little too comfortable with just the fact that life isn't fair. Like, when people are like, that's not fair, I go, life isn't fair. Who cares?
Right.
If you were super rich, you think you'd be giving all your money away? You think you'd be living how you live now if you were that wealthy? You'd think you'd want tax brackets and to go up when you get rich? I think Chappelle had a great line about Obama where I think it was a monologue on SNL. And he was talking about Obama and how he was all for higher taxes and stuff until he got rich. And then he says, N-word, I just got rich. I don't want to pay all these taxes. So obviously, you're in a different mind state when you have the money versus when you don't, when you're the recipient or you don't have the money. And to me, I'm just not perfectly okay with that, but I've completely accepted it. It's not fair. Who cares? Move on. You can't do anything about it other than just, keep on keeping on, I guess.
Right. And it's always, like you said, it's the ones with the money. When they have it, they don't want to give it up. But before they have it, they want you to give yours up. And it's that's the problem that I have.
Right.
It's the rules for thee, not for me. Ro Khanna talking about how he doesn't like how billionaires hoard wealth. Those are his words. Let me actually read this, a tweet from Ro Khanna, the California congressman. Nasty, just a stupid guy, a fraudulent guy. He posts, I want America to be a country where it's easier to build wealth than it is to hoard it, and where workers don't have to worry about medical debt and grocery costs when they should be enjoying time with their families. An economy that works for everyone is possible. And Andrew Kerr, he's from North Carolina, looks like, on X, wrote, speaking of hoarding wealth, Khanna's 2 young children are the proud owners of 3 private golf courses in Ohio, where member initiation fees run upwards of, you ready for this? $45,000. Khanna's kids, still in elementary school, earned up to $2 million from their golf courses in 2024. But America shouldn't be a place where you can hoard wealth. Unless you're Ro Khanna.
Right.
Then you can hoard wealth. Yeah.
Again, it's just the lamb's blood over the door so that the angel of death passes over your house. Those are the words.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was the BLM poster or whatever outside of your house in 2020. It's saying eat the rich in 2026. Whatever you have to say so that they don't come for you. Because they want to come for you. But I'm one of the good guys. Don't come for
we'll do it right. Representative Ro Khanna, part of the leftist coalition, who talks about fighting the oligarchy like Bernie. Fight the oligarchs. Oligarch. He is doing it, I guess. He's doing it from the comfort of a luxury home. He's fighting the oligarchy from the comfort of a luxury home with 4 stories, a multi-floor elevator, and an SUV that costs $200,000. And Bernie Sanders and AOC are fighting the oligarchy on a private jet that costs $25,000 an hour. Private jet. right? Because Bernie said, I can't be on a plane at United. I can't stand in coach. You expect me to stand in? Yes, you're fighting the oligarchy. You should, you should be amongst the people, right? What's wrong with being with us and the unwashed masses, Bern? What's the problem? 3 houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, when's his next house? So I'm kind of, secretly hoping while they're turning off the lights in these Jewish neighborhoods like Riverdale, and I'm not saying they're doing it because they're Jewish, but this is a Jewish neighborhood.
Yeah, sure.
And what the left will do is if a group, a quote unquote minority group is impacted by something that Donald Trump does, the left will say he's doing it because he doesn't like that group. I'm not necessarily saying that here, although if I wanted to be cheap and go for the low hanging fruit and a little, lazy argument, I would say that, but we're not. I think there are going to have to be a lot of preparations underway for the Kelsey Swift wedding to go off without a hitch at Madison Square Garden. And I'm just asking questions, right?
I'm just asking questions.
Are these rolling blackouts being done to protect the grid or to protect the Taylor Swift wedding, to make sure there's enough power for the elites? Those are the elites, right? And I'm just trying to play the same game that the socialists play, right? You have to keep your thermostat at 78 degrees in New York City with the rolling blackouts because of the dangerous heat dome. But I bet you it's going to be real cool and nice and climate controlled for the elites, the billionaires, the oligarchy at the Taylor Swift wedding, right? So where are the protests? Where's the socialists? Are there going to be protests? Anywhere near Madison Square Garden? I doubt it.
Yeah, but don't you kind of want it to be that way? Don't you want some things just for the elites? Because then if you work your ass off and you get in that group, don't you want there to be some perks? Don't you want there?
My perk would be
the American dream in my mind. Is you work and you get up there and then you are part of the elite. You get to go to the parties. You get to go on the private jets. You get to go to the $20 million weddings.
No,
you don't want
You know what I want?
Yes,
I want 100 acres. No, I want 100 acres in the middle of nowhere. That's what it means. I want 100 acres to be the lord of my own land. Okay.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. That's me. I say I don't need Madison Square Garden.
Right.
I don't need a private jet. I don't need to go to parties with Taylor Swift. I don't need any of that. No, because then I have to find an excuse as to why I don't want to go. No. Then I gotta be like, I had some bad chicken last night. I can't show up. I don't want to go to these things,
Yeah.
I don't do much travel. I travel for 1210. I'll travel for some other events, right? Well, other than that, it's always like I gotta, Brennan, we got to figure out why I can't go to this. Give me a good excuse. The dog ate my homework or something. Like we got to figure out something. I don't need the invitation. I want.
Who's good for that?
I want to.
ChatGPT.
What's good for that?
ChatGPT.
Oh,
I do that all the time. I'm like, I need to be off these days. What would be like a good excuse? And then we work together and we come. I've been doing that to get off of work for filling in for here for the last year and a half.
Nice job. Smart. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
ChatGPT it's freaking phenomenal. I have a lot of qualms with technology and it scares me tremendously, but might as well use it. We got it, baby. Let's go. So
agreed.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and kick off the second hour here as we roll on Kayal and Company, minus Kayal and the rest of the company, but it's Sean Farish and Anna Hummel with you until 10 o'clock. Cut sheet coming up in about 45 minutes, and we will get to a bunch of what we've still got on tap, including airplane etiquette, yoga, going on planes naked. We used to be a proper society, and now apparently we aren't. So as we get through hour 2, we'll get to that as well. Sean Farish, Anna Hummel, 855-839-1210. If you want to chime in, we'll kick off hour 2 back after this.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council. Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
When it comes to avoiding roofing problems this summer, go with the real deal. Impriano Roofing, Siding, Windows, and Doors. Family owned and operated for over 50 years. One of the only roofing companies still run by the original family. They're the experts in the industry, no comparison. And Jack Impriano stands behind every job 100%. Experience, integrity, that's the real deal. Call 610-644-4444 for your free estimate today. The best homes have an Impriano roof.
250 years have gone into building this great nation. Iron, brick, and stone forming its foundations. Wires carrying the lifeblood of electricity. And pipes delivering the water to our cities. Behold, the strength and scale of American infrastructure. But it only takes a minute for some uninformed homeowner with a shovel to shut it all down. Electricity, off. Running water, non-existent. And that sewage ain't going nowhere now. Gee, thanks, Bill. Know what's below. And contact PA1 Call before you dig. Visit PA1Call.org.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
How We Made Your Mother is a rewatch podcast that looks back episode by episode at the hit TV show How I Met Your Mother. It's hosted by me, Josh Radnor, along with series co-creator Craig Thomas.
In seasons 1 and 2, we were joined by Neil Patrick Harris, Kobe Smulders, Bryan Cranston, Ashley Williams, Wayne Brady, Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey, Joe Manganiello, and my brilliant co-creator Carter Bays, and now we are diving into season 3.
So whether it's your 50th rewatch or your first time through, follow How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
Yo, Doylestown. We know your favorite station is 1210 WPHT.
It is hour 2, 7:04 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Farish and Anna Hummel here on this Friday, the 3rd of July, 163rd anniversary of the fighting, day 3 of fighting at the Battle of Gettysburg. We are celebrating America 250 Eve. Anna Hummel is celebrating Taylor Swift's marriage. Woo! She's excited about it.
Not really. Don't really care about the marriage, just the wedding.
No, she wants an invite. She said she wants an invite.
I'd like to
Anna
see
Hummel's
it.
goal. Anna Hummel's goal in life is to become one of the elites and get invited to these parties.
Who wouldn't want that? I don't think that the's anyone that wouldn't want that.
Nah, I don't want to go to a wedding.
Well, what about? Wait, hold on a second. May I push back? Do you like sports?
You
right?
can push back.
I like sports. Okay, well, what if you could get the best seat in the best box at your favorite sports team on the court? I don't know what kind of sports you like. Maybe you like baseball, I don't know, or the football.
Baseball, football, hockey.
Not
basketball,
soccer.
I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely, definitely not soccer. Yeah.
What's a former player you like? I don't know, Wayne Gretzky's box. Hey, Sean, you want to hang out in my box? You'd be like, yeah, that'd be cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
chicken fingers? Or what do you like? Your sous vide, pork
Sous
chops,
vide.
and asparagus.
No, that's French. I don't deal with French.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You give me. You know what it is? I don't need a. If Wayne Gretzky's gonna invite me to his box, there's got to be a Blackstone. I'm gonna cook pork chops in there myself. You know, then I gotta leave. Then I gotta worry about what I gotta wear. You know, is Wayne Gretzky gonna get offended if I show up in in my flannel? Right? Is he gonna be mad at me? Right? You know?
No.
I mean, there's some
you just
cool
show up
things.
and eat the food. You have a good time. Throw down a few brewskis and watch your team play. I don't know.
Bounce. Yeah, maybe. I could take. You know, if I get the invite, it's cool. But I'm not living my life hoping to reach that point.
Yeah,
like I said,
you
can't. You know what I want to reach though? I want to reach that 100 acres, middle of the woods, well water. You know, self-sufficient homestead. Nobody within a very large radius of me. You know,
You're going to have like animals and a garden and stuff?
Oh, we'll just do a whole thing. You know,
You'll do a whole thing.
I'll have my own,
You don't have
my
time
own
for that?
autonomous country. Huh?
You can have
Not
an
yet.
autonomous country.
Oh, I'm going to have my own autonomous country. It'll be,
Okay.
Farish.
Maybe start breeding and then forcing the children into labor. Yeah.
Forced labor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
That's
Go back to like the
dream right there.
1700s. We'll celebrate America. That's what they used to do.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, fine. Okay. How about this? How about a little bit of a story about deportations here? Tim Walz, Tampon Timmy. This is great. Actually, you know what? Before we get to Tampon Timmy, actually, I know we have Ed and Delran waiting on the line, and Ed is going to most likely serenade us with a rhyme. So let's go. Let's jump over onto the phones, 855-839-1210 if you want to chime in. Ed and Delran, what's up, Ed?
Yeah, well, I don't want to tell you a lie. I don't want to make anybody cry, but the first thing I got to do is say Happy 4th of July.
Hey.
Yes. There it is. Old Dr. Seuss. The Seuss is loose. What's up, Ed? What are we doing? Happy 4th to you, too.
Anna Humble doesn't want the nation to crumble.
Hey, okay.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
I have to give you one because you're getting the job done.
How many of these do we have to listen to?
Oh, be nice.
Geez, I don't think she likes it.
She doesn't like it.
I'm just kidding, Ed. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Hey,
Ed.
it's my
Appreciate
pleasure because you guys are once again a treasure.
Oh, there it is. Way to drop the mic on the way out. Thank you, Ed. Ed and Delran, happy 4th of July to you. America 250th birthday. And it's always great. I am a sucker for a rhyme. I will say that. That's why I love Dr. Seuss. That's why when the left,
I like how you said Dr. Seuss and not rap. Like you weren't like, I love hip hop music.
No, because you know what happens? You know what happens with rap and hip hop? They don't actually rhyme words. They rhyme words that almost rhyme. They're
half
lazy.
rhymes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
No, not into it. But Seuss, is one of the best rhymers out there. And the left tried to cancel him, right? Oh, he's racist, they said.
Oh, I don't remember.
And I wasn't having it. You don't remember this? So this is when they were when they were
everything
changing.
Everything is racist, so I forget.
Yeah.
What was the claim?
They went. I don't know. There was something
Blackfish.
in the anti-Semite, I think, or something. I don't know. It was some sort of anti-Semitic or race. It was ridiculous, right? So I don't remember the exact justification they were making. I just know that I was very upset because I like Dr. Seuss. I think he's very talented. I got along very well with him. So I remixed green eggs and ham. And I said, we will not eat green eggs and ham. We will not eat them, Lindsey Graham. We will not eat them in South Carolina with the virus that came from China. We will not eat them with Mitch McConnell or that horrible person, the beast, Rosie O'Donnell, right? So I started doing that. That drove people crazy, right? So there was that's why I like Ed and Delran's rhymes. I do appreciate it. It's harder than you think. It's harder than you think. Now, of course, if you're a rapper, hip hop artist, you can fake rhyme, and people think you're doing something special. But you're not. It's fake rhymes. However, here's what's not fake. Tim Walz, Tampon Timmy in Minnesota. this is not a joke now, pardoned an illegal alien convicted, not accused. Okay, so he got his due process. That's what I want to talk about, due process. He got his due process. He pardoned an illegal immigrant convicted of first-degree sexual abuse of a 10-year-old girl for 4 years. 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, Minnesota officials, including Democrat Governor Tim Walz last month, pardoned an illegal alien who was previously convicted of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old girl who was slated to be deported. Tu Lu Vang, a 42-year-old Laos national, Laos, however you pronounce it, I don't even know where that country is. Was
it's
convicted
in Southeast Asia between Thailand and Vietnam.
Okay, so
sorry,
42-year-old Laos national was convicted in 2006 of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Between 2002 and 2006, he repeatedly sexually assaulted the girl. He also apparently tried to keep the girl quiet by giving her $10. Not a joke. $10, keep her quiet. Sexually abusing a little girl, 10 years old, for 4 years. And he just pardoned her. Why? Because pardoned him because he didn't want Donald Trump to be able to deport him. That's crazy. Isn't this the party of people who say Donald Trump's protecting pedophiles? Where are we here? That's quite literally what's happening.
I guess the victim wrote a letter saying that she supported the pardon or something, and Tim Walz was like, this holds great weight. And the article was like, what about all the angel moms whose kids have been killed, raped, maimed by illegal aliens?
Right.
Their testimony doesn't hold any weight. So
of course not. Of course not.
That would be mean.
Yeah. Speaking of angel moms and these parents and family of people who are killed by illegal aliens, this is going to be cut 22, Phil. One of my least favorite, and I called her a pig yesterday on X, and people seem to think it was very accurate. Pramila Jayapal. She's one of these radical leftists, squad, whatever. Okay. There was a hearing. You know, Sheridan Gorman, remember that story out of Colorado, the Loyola student? She was killed by an illegal alien. She was walking on a pier with her friends. They were actually out to see the Northern Lights in Chicago, Illinois. Sheridan Gorman's parents were testifying, or parents were testifying to Congress. And Pramila Jayapal just, didn't want to give them the time of day. Let's roll 22, cut 22, Phil.
Unfortunately, this hearing is, it's the fourth
She's
time.
ugly, too. Look at that.
In this committee that we've had a hearing on sanctuary cities. The fourth time. And there's many other things that we could be doing other than this.
There's other things we could be doing. She said that to Sheridan Gorman's parents. There's other things we could be doing. They just lost their 18-year-old daughter because of policies that Jayapal supports.
Yeah, it's sick. It's disgusting.
There's no fixing that evil, is there?
Yeah, it isn't. It is really just like a complete and utter disservice to the American people. They clearly don't care. They're trying. I mean, again, like I said yesterday, I do follow a lot of the Tommy Robbins and stuff. I'm assuming she's of that variety, perhaps. But if you're here and you hate America, now there's criticisms to be made, sure, to say, hey, I don't like this, I don't like that, but I love this country. If you don't love this country, you're here to subvert this country, in my opinion. Right. You're trying to turn it into maybe a country you came from, maybe a country you have heritage from, whatever the case may be. Why are you trying to turn this country into something that it's not, which is an asshole country, maybe a place that practices Sharia law? That's what I think their ultimate goal is
ushering in Sharia law.
Subversion, yeah.
Well, that's what Islam does. You mentioned Taqiyya yesterday. That they're able to, in their book, it's like, lying is fine if it advances, the general, the jihad, right?
The cause, Or
of
if you're
Islam,
in danger,
right?
yeah. And it says that you can be covert about your religion or about your thoughts about things. So you can easily wave a gay flag. I mean, there's just a great example of this it's a suburb of Detroit, Michigan, Hamtramck. The whites there, the white liberals, thought that they were being so progressive by electing like an entirely Muslim like city council or something like that. And then as soon as they all got in power, they banned the gay flag, the trans flag, and all of the government official the buildings and stuff like that, and schools, because they said, no, this is not appropriate, So I'm like, well, that's what you get. That's what's coming.
That's funny.
Down the pipeline.
And they didn't campaign on that, or else they wouldn't have gotten elected by those, white yuppie Karen liberals. But that's it, right? That's the old bait and switch, and they're instructed in many cases to do that. So now this guy who Tim Walz pardoned, he's 42 now, which means he was born in 1984, which means he was convicted as a 22-year-old adult for sexually abusing a little girl when he was between the ages of 18 and 22. Right. Apparently, he avoided jail time after sexually abusing this girl for 4 years, and avoided deportation after sexually abusing this little girl for 4 years. It's not the first time Democrat-run state of Minnesota has pardoned an illegal alien to stop the criminal from being sent home. The state pardoned Jai Vong, a Laotian citizen whose criminal history includes convictions for robbery, armed robbery of a business, and driving under the influence of liquor. Vong's victims submitted the letter. You mentioned that to the New York Times, and said that the pardons and the pleas for the pardons carry weight. I just think this is sick, and the only reason why they're doing it is to throw a wrench in the plan and say, well, mass deportations, except him, we'll show Trump. Unbelievable.
Yeah. It's also just embarrassing that we just look like such a pussy nation when we do stuff like this. Like, no one respects us.
We really do.
Yeah,
we really do. We really do. It's a shame. Hey, let's roll. You mentioned ChatGPT before. And,
my new best friend. Yeah, we chat. We talk a lot.
We chat a lot, huh? Yeah,
we chat a lot. Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on AI. I do use it. I use it a lot. I think it's a more advanced form of Google, right? Because you get rather than search one thing, you can like ask it questions and have a conversation with it,
right?
And, I think
it's you the aggregate of everything on the internet. So if you're like, what's the best plan of action for this? It just tells you this is the average, and then it just gives you one response. So you don't have to look at different articles and videos and stuff. Right. It just goes AI overview. Here you go, bitch. I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go on Google and get pages.
Google what they said.
You don't have to go on Google and get pages of of results. Like you said, it aggregates it for you, and you can it's more efficient, right? But I can't help, and it's like sci-fi movie. I can't help but think about like Terminator, iRobot, or like other countries getting their hands on AI and using it for bad. So this is going to be cut 16.
Okay.
Donald Trump talking about regulating AI. The government loves to regulate. It doesn't matter who the president. Government's got to regulate. But, you got to make sure that the genie somewhat stays in the bottle, I guess, with technology like this, especially when data centers and the whole conversation around how much water they're consuming and the environment. Now, I'm not like this Greta Thunberg environmentalist, but you start talking about maybe the water's not clean. I'm like, I got to drink that stuff. Right. So let's roll cut 16. This is Donald Trump talking about maybe guardrails on AI.
Well, you need some guardrails, but you want to do as little as possible. You want to be good. When we think there's a bad player out there, there's a little danger, we stop the player quickly and effectively. We had a recent case where we did that. But you have to be in the game. AI is bigger than the internet. I've never seen anything. The internet was a big deal. Mm-hmm. I think this is much bigger than the internet. And I'm basing it on numbers. I've never seen anything. Look, I went through the internet thing and I watched and I saw it grow very effectively. But this could be bigger. If we're not competing, and if we're going to compete, because I really think whoever's number one is going to really win the race. And right now we're substantially number one.
I don't know about that.
There's no doubt about, right? Like, no doubt about the fact that Yeah, it's U.S., it's China. It's like the new space race. It's AI. But where are you on the do you think we need more data centers in the U.S.? Is it one of those things where like, yeah, build them, but not in my backyard? Where do you stand on that?
In terms of like my backyard, like if it's going to cause me more problems in terms of pollution and contamination, yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. As far as just AI in general and technology, it's happening, baby. Like people try to fight it. It's happening. So you can just accept it and kind of like get on board because and especially because this technology can never be uninvented. That's the thing. This isn't like a phase and then we're going to go back. No, it's going in one direction. And not only is it going in one direction, but it's getting exponentially faster. So like each year is like it's 10xing. I mean, you're into technology and stuff. I'm sure you remember AI videos. Even like 2-3 years ago, you'd see people with like 6 fingers and just look kind of weird. Yeah. Now it's kind of hard to tell. Maybe you can kind of tell in a year and a half. No difference. You're not going to know who you're talking to on the phone. Now you can kind of tell it might be AI and maybe not 100% sure. Right. 2 summers from now, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So it is what it is. It's happening. So get on board.
I like it. It has its utility. It has the ability to to boost productivity. You talk about these guys like vibe coding and all that. Where you can build apps and things in seconds and not have to worry about bad code. And you can tell AI, hey, this happened, and it'll fix the code for you and things. When I bought my new, this guy here, my new soundboard and everything, I was troubleshooting it with AI to get it to work properly. And it worked out great. Instead of reading the poorly translated user manual, I can just go on AI. Here's the model. How do I fix this problem? Where's the settings? Where's this? Where's that? And so it's better than dealing with, hello, my name is Joshua Jones. You don't have to deal with that on the phone and scream and yell at some guy who's not from here.
Right. I will tell you one thing I do enjoy is like boomers trying to explain technology. Like what we just saw with Donald Trump was hilarious. He has no idea what this is. I don't even know what this is. One of the things
the internet grow successfully.
We want it to be good.
We want it to be
insightful.
Good. It has to be good.
Do you remember when Mark Zuckerberg was testifying in front of Congress and he was getting asked all these questions by Congress people who are 104 years old? Do you remember this?
And they still think that funny. Facebook is actually a book of faces. Right.
They're like, how does this make money? if you don't charge membership fees, how does it make money? He's like, advertisements. They're like, okay. Yeah. And no other questions, I guess. Just like, what the
reclaiming my time. There you go. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about one of those airplane stories, the fitness influencer who boarded an airplane, what looks to be naked. Anna found this story. We didn't get to it yesterday, but we got to get to it because it's hilarious. And then we will roll right into a Friday edition of What's on the Cut Sheet. Fight Club coming up at 9:10. Fight of the week. We will vote on all of it as well. YouTube.com/1210 WPHT if you want to be a part of that. It's Sean Farish and Anna Hummel. 855-839-1210 if you want to chime in. We're back with a bizarre airplane story and the cut sheet right after this.
Hey, it's Nick Kayal here. If you're looking for luxury, performance, and extra savings, well, right now, Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Westchester, and Reading is making your next Acura even more rewarding. Drive home a new MDX and get up to $1,000 toward your first lease payment. That's right. Or choose the Sporty Integra and get up to $450. It's time to upgrade with exceptional offers on 2 of Acura's most popular vehicles. Visit Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Westchester, or Reading, or shop online at piazzaacura.com.
With the world's biggest soccer tournament here in Philadelphia, restaurants all over the Delaware Valley are preparing for generational games and generational crowds. We're welcoming visitors from all over the world. And if you're a restaurant owner, you know the next few weeks will be the most challenging and most rewarding of the year. So if you're worried that your point of sale won't stand up to the task, you need to talk to our friends at PDQ POS. Make sure your system is ready. Get a free demo at PDQPOS.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America. official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
At Odyssey, we believe in creating a diverse and inclusive workforce. We also value the power of community and encourage local organizations to help us in referring qualified applicants to our stations. If you're a community organization interested in receiving our vacancy information, simply email equalemployment@odyssey.com. You'll be notified of all our open positions. That's equalemployment@odyssey.com. And for all our listeners, please visit odysseyinc.com/careers for a list of job openings at all Odyssey radio stations.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets, just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
This July, celebrate America's 250th birthday with a home improvement project from Kitchen Magic you'll enjoy for years to come. Now through July 11th, save $2,500 on your new kitchen or bath project. For more than 45 years, families throughout the region have trusted Kitchen Magic for beautiful kitchen and bath transformations, backed by exceptional craftsmanship and service. Plus, flexible financing options are available. Visit kitchenmagic.com today and save $2,500 during our America 250 celebration. Offer ends July 11th.
Free speech lives here. With Dom Giordano weekdays noon till 3 on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
$7:27 on this Friday morning. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Sean Farish on a Hummel. Taking you all the way till 10. On this America 250 Eve. You know, we talk a lot on this show, whether it's on Fridays or everything, at the woes of air travel and how far we've fallen. Now, this story, the headline, New York Post, Anna found this one, and we were going to get to it yesterday. We didn't, but it's perfect time for it now, especially considering the heat dome. Fitness influencer banned from flight for attempting to board, quote, naked amid record-breaking heat wave. All right. So the first thing is she was not actually naked, this woman.
No.
Okay? No. The debate is gonna revolve around, was she wearing enough clothing? Like, should she have been allowed on the flight?
Yeah.
Her
was
name
the
is
ruling
Edda.
correct? Yeah.
Was the ruling correct, or should there be an appeal, and should this conviction be overturned?
Yes.
Is this going to go to the Supreme Court? Edda Eliza, Amy Coney Barrett will probably screw up that ruling too. She's a fitness influencer from Germany. Was denied entry on a Lufthansa flight after a gate agent allegedly accused her of being naked as a catastrophic heat wave plagues Europe. She was not happy about this. Okay? She's very upset. She posted about this on her social media.
I'm sure she
airing
did.
her grievances from the airport. She was wearing a, what would you call it, athleisure, a two-piece, made complete with a pair of...
I mean, that's totally inappropriate for an airport. A sports bra and gym shorts, very short gym shorts, spandex.
Yeah, I would say very short. Yep. V-cut
Looks
sports
great,
bra.
but not appropriate.
You know, so you would say inappropriate for travel.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. And the thing is, like, and maybe this is just me, but like, couldn't she just have thrown a jacket over it and been like, okay, what about this? But
right.
I don't know.
Well, I think she tried that, according to...
Oh, did they? And they were just like,
Yeah, according to this. So, according to this article in New York Post, the woman, Etta Eliza, argued that her casual outfit was befitting of the nearly 90-degree weather outside, but you're not outside, right? Like you're inside.
Right.
You know,
and everybody
like
else is dressed appropriately. Only you
and
can't
nobody's
handle
dropping
it.
dead in the airport. Right. Yeah. Right. So she says that the gate agent told her that she wasn't wearing normal clothes and that I had to put something over it, said Eliza. You go to the side now and you can only board the plane once you've got something on. Apparently, the influencer complied and slipped into an oversized zip-up hoodie.
There you go.
But the gatekeeper was not satisfied with that.
Gotta
Apparently,
put on
the
some
hoodie
pants over
wasn't
that booty.
closed.
Oh, so, it was just like open?
Right. So the gate agent says, no, you have to close it. Eliza recalled of the airline workers command, which came with a side of shaming and blaming. And because of you, the plane is delayed now. The whole flight is delayed because you're holding up all the traffic. This turned into a major scene here, you know?
Yeah.
Because she wanted to get on the plane and she was wearing clothing that was deemed, too revealing.
Yeah.
And then she, protested and the whole flight was delayed. What would you do if this was your flight? Would you just start getting up and, screaming like, put some effing clothes on?
I'd like to think not, but I have been known to lose my temper, especially when I'm a little bit tired and especially maybe overheated as well. That kind of tips me off. But I usually just keep to myself and leave it for an eye roll as my only form of expression. But if I was like right in front of it, seeing it, I probably would have said something. Come on, man. Yeah. Really? You dumb slut. Put on some pants. What's wrong with you? Truly.
Right.
Again, we need to bring back shaming, right? We need to bring back shaming.
Would you put her in the stockade?
I'd like to. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eliza argued that she'd never once heard anything about a dress code on a plane. She never heard it. You have to live under a rock if you don't know about like a dress code on a plane. The airline, Lufthansa, stated that the passengers must wear clothing, quote, appropriate to the character of a public journey. That's an interesting way to phrase it, isn't it?
It's a very German way of putting it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That does not impair the well-being of fellow travelers from diverse backgrounds, according to reports. Appropriate attire is a relatively standard statute across airlines worldwide. Violators of the garb guidelines often remain grounded. So you're going to say that, and I think I would agree with you, that you're not at the gym. You should not be dressed in, athleisure or whatever you want to call it. The shorts were incredibly short. The sports bra,
boobies hanging out,
kind of out.
Great, but not there. Not there. She's just trying to garner attention. There's always a lot of people at an airport. She wants a lot of stares. She wants to make wives uncomfortable. She wants husbands staring at her because that makes her feel validated. It's unfortunate, and that's why we need to bring back shaming. And I understand that the rules of like, okay, well, what qualifies it? It should be up to the discretion of whoever's working that day. Like, come on, use common sense, put on some clothes, and like, let's try to maintain and get back to a proper society, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Again, so what would you say now? Pass or fail on airplanes, like sweats? I feel like those are okay. It's not necessarily classy. Sweatpants.
I'm fine with sweatpants. Sweatpants.
What about though, like
thumbs up
pajama pants?
Like thumbs down.
Kind of.
Now, Anna, what's really the difference? Not much, but it's still a difference. Yeah, pajama pants. You should not be leaving the house, or maybe you're making a midnight run to get some snacks at the gas station. That's what pajama pants are for. Yeah,
right. There should be like a safe harbor window where it's okay or somewhat acceptable to leave the house in pajama pants. I would say like in the overnight hours of like midnight to like 4 a.m.
That's perfect. Okay. The gremlin
Once you get to like 5, Once you get to 5 though, no, but just put just regular pants on. You have to have a pair somewhere,
Right. Because then it's like it goes from nighttime to morning time. Even though I understand it's all the night, But it's like, okay, you stayed up late. It's from the last night. But then at 5 a.m. when people are like going to work the next day and you're still dressed like a slum scumbag,
Right.
you need to put on some real clothes.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're walking into a supermarket, right, a Publix, at 7 a.m. and you're in pajama pants, to me that's unacceptable. Like you're up at that point.
Agreed.
It's not super early. There's no excuse like, oh, I had a long night. I didn't have time. Like you got up, you did something, you grabbed it. Like you could have put just even if you're going right back home, just put pants on, like real pants, jeans, shorts, whatever.
Even
something.
sweatpants would be better. But
than pajamas. I agree. Because at least sweatpants have like a purpose. You could have been coming like from the gym or something. You're not going to the gym in your pajamas. That to me would be unacceptable too.
No, totally. Yeah. And I feel like we also need to discuss proper footwear as well. No socks
I agree.
and slides.
Well, I am
no socks and slides.
I am anti flip flop unless you're on the beach. You are not allowed to wear flip flops anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate on a flight because most likely you're going to kick them off and then your bare feet are everywhere, bro. No,
I'll tell you what.
Socks and slides.
If I'm on a flight and you're packed in like sardines as it is, and the person next to me is in flip flops, I'm probably puking on the flight.
Right.
I hate
That's
feet.
disgusting.
They're disgusting.
It's hot, sweaty.
And
smelly.
I don't want to see your toes on an airplane. Like again, if you're going on vacation and you want to be, so you take your toes out when you're at the beach. You don't take your toes out when you're in row 16, seat B. You just don't do that. I don't want to see them. I don't want to smell them. I don't want to think about them. In my opinion, what the punishment should be. If you do that, you lose your feet. It's when you get in the airport, just lop them right off. That's it. That's what I would do.
Sure. Sure. Just make an example out of one person. Won't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah. I would say, and if it's more than one person, then that's just less feet that we have to deal with in the world. The foot population goes down. It's like when you kill a mosquito, you're like, well, what difference am I actually making? Well, one less, right? I mean, I'm doing my part.
One less bite.
My part. One less bite. Speaking of on the plane now, so she was not allowed on the plane until she, and they said that she was naked. Now she's not naked, but it was revealing. It was revealing.
It was. Yeah, it was totally inappropriate.
And not appropriate. No. Not appropriate. I could agree. Not appropriate. So pajama pants, no good on airplanes. Sweatpants, good on airplanes. No Fine. Socks and slides.
I don't like that. No
socks and slides. It's gross. Okay. Yeah. No toes.
No toes.
All right. Where do you stand on like gym shorts? If they're not sweaty, but just like exercise, like basketball shorts, on airplanes.
I feel like that's the socks with slides uniform, but if you're wearing tennis shoes, fine. With socks.
Okay.
Of course.
Right. So basically my travel attire is usually I gear it towards comfort, right?
Of course.
So if it's in the winter, I'm in sweats. And if it's in the summer, I'm usually in a pair of gym shorts, like running shorts, but never socks and slides, never open toe, usually tennis shoes or sneakers. And that's generally what I wear on the plane. I will say I don't dress up to get on the plane, but I also don't dress like slob or like dress down,
Right. Yeah.
Because I know nobody wants to deal with that. Right.
Right. And here's the thing, like she's claiming it's 90 degrees. It's always freezing in airports. Doesn't matter what it is outside. It's going to be cold, True. At least for us ladies. It's always cold on a plane for us ladies. So the fact that she's like, it's too hot. I'm like, no, it's not. I promise you it's not. So they always keep it chilly. So.
They do always keep it cold. That is very true. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Another fitness influencer now on an airplane performing complex yoga on the plane, and the passengers weren't very happy about it. So let's say you're on an airplane, you're at 30,000 feet, you got your bag of peanuts, which they keep getting smaller, you're drinking whatever water, or maybe you got a cocktail mixed for you on the plane, and then somebody gets up and starts doing yoga in the aisle at 35,000 feet in the air. What do you do? How do you feel about that?
Ooh, not good. Not good. It's already a tight squeeze. You're not on a private jet, lady. In that case, obviously do whatever you want. But you got to think people need to get up with maybe walk their toddler or go to the bathroom or whatever. And you're taking up so much aisle space doing your Cobra camel pose, Warrior One. It's just not very considerate of others. Which is crazy because these are the people that are like, be kind, be sweet to each other. We're all the same, it doesn't matter. And then those are the people that are obviously like the most rude and inconsiderate of everyone else.
Every
I find
time,
that ironic.
right?
Yeah.
Every single time. This influencer posted clips of her doing stretches, headstands. Imagine you're doing a headstand on an airplane. Well, first of all, that's impressive. With turbulence, right? That would be when I would want the plane to hit like a big thing. She would go flying.
Right.
But stretches,
hilarious.
Headstands, squats, and front walkovers mid-flight. Said, whether I'm on land or 35,000 feet in the air, I can still go upside down, balance on one leg, and move my body with confidence. This has nothing to do, by the way, with fitness. This has everything to do with internet culture and views.
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no, not at all.
She's like,
And,
look what I could do on a plane.
Right. I mean, it's bad enough if someone is just doing this, but imagine them doing it and then they also set up a camera. And you're just like, Jesus Christ.
And
Get
then
a
you know
grip.
why she's doing it at this point.
Of course.
So she added the words, long flight, I choose movement to the video. Passengers are visibly looking forward and trying to ignore what she's doing, but some can't help looking back at her. The video received around 600,000 views with mixed opinions in the comments about whether or not it was appropriate. It's clearly not appropriate to be doing that in the aisle of a plane. Clearly not.
It's not appropriate, and it's just rude, and it's bad behavior, and more likely than not, no one's going to say anything to her, especially if she's like a young, pretty girl. They're just like, oh, just let it go. No, you need to say something. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. Right.
Truly.
I agree.
Yeah.
Some of the users didn't seem to mind, said, honestly, if you're doing all that and not bumping up into me, it's fine. One Instagrammer chimed in, there's a level of freedom in just not caring what people think, but there's also a level of rudeness, right? I mean, there's a line, right? It's one thing to not care about, oh, whatever. And then there's one thing to actively, because you could be inconveniencing. So nobody wants, and she's not a small woman. She's not fat, but she's not tiny
tall,
either.
Taking up space. Yeah.
She's tall. What if you got to go to the bathroom and she's in the middle of one of her poses and she sets up a camera? Like, this is not your recording studio. You don't do that.
Right.
You don't see me getting up on an airplane, go, we're on a plane. We're flying like nobody's ever seen before. Like, it's just, again, it's rude. It's rude, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The majority consensus was aggravation.
It's just the lack of ability to put themselves in other people's shoes.
Right.
Quite literally.
Right.
Because, like, if she was them and somebody else was blocking an aisle and filming themselves, would you like that? I mean, they would lie and tell you, like, oh, I wouldn't care. Yes, you would. It's annoying. It's rude. And is she barefoot, too, with her feet in the air? That would really piss me off.
No, she's got a flip-flop on, which is a violation of, plane attire as far as I'm concerned. You shouldn't have that on. But, you might as well be barefoot. Majority consensus was aggravation and shock at the audacity of being extra for no reason. Someone said the speed at which I'd curse you out. Yeah. All right.
Good. That's the appropriate response.
Main character syndrome, final boss, another one said. Rosa, the influencer, defended herself, saying she had zero issues with staff and other flyers and did not get in their way. Most people did miss it, and the few that saw it couldn't care less. The flight attendants were cool with you, and so were the people on the flight. Everyone wins. She also told angry commenters, no need to get so worked up. The plane landed, and I can confirm everyone is safe, and my promo video got me S-loads of business. So that's what it was all about. It was all about views and business. That's all.
Right. At the expense of other people's comfort, but good for you.
Now, she posted another video in the terminal. And she did 3 stretches to do before a flight, quote, to reduce stiffness, improve circulation, and make long flights feel a bit kinder on the body.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's to me like, all right, that's not so bad. Right?
No.
That's not so bad. But again, I always feel kind of awkward, like you're in public and you're like, yeah, we're going to do some stretches. There's like a lot of people, doing that.
Right. Again, they don't have shame. They don't. To me, it's like an embarrassing. Have you ever? I don't know if you've ever like run into someone or walked by someone that was like trying to take a picture of themselves. It used to be the case that it was kind of like a shameful thing. Like people are like, oh, okay. Now people do not care. Hey guys, give me a like, thumbs up for da-da-da. I'm doing this. Just absolutely no shame. They'll be loud as hell. They don't care about the people around them. I'm telling you, we need to bring back shame in this country.
I would put the yoga lady in the stockade. You think you're flexible? Get out of this thing. Yeah. Let's see your yoga. Let's see your yoga prevent stiffness now. You're locked in a stockade because you decided to do front and back walkovers at 35,000 feet. That's the other thing. It's like, it's not just, they tell you on these longer flights, right? Like to get up and stretch because of DVT, right? Deep vein thrombosis, and you can get a blood clot and all that. You fly like to Australia. It's like a 16-hour flight, so they tell you, they come over to get up, walk around, or else, you can get a blood clot from sitting in the same position for too long and you die. It's like actually happened to people. There's one thing about getting there, maybe doing a lap or two up and down the aisle just to move. It's another thing to do a full-blown yoga routine in the aisle of the plane, and like obnoxious yoga too, not like a stretch here or there. A back walkover, like these
the headstand,
these pretty complex moves.
Handstand. You're doing a headstand.
It's crazy.
Your ass is definitely going to be at some point be eye level with a passenger, and maybe somebody would appreciate that. But also, like, what the hell, man?
Right? Yeah. I have a huge problem with people who act up on these flights like this. Thankfully, I have not been on a flight where something like this happens. And if it did happen, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't see it because I sleep on these planes. I put on some music, whatever it might be. No Leonard Skinner on airplanes because that's bad luck. But, it's like...
Do you ever take any aids?
I wouldn't even know what happened.
Do you ever take any sleep aids? Sleep aids?
Oh, I thought you asked if I had AIDS. I was like...
No. I did not ask that. Do you take any sleep aids? Maybe some.
I used to on these planes. Like I would take like melatonin,
Oh, okay.
Because it knocks you out. But then I wake up and I'm groggy, and if I got to go like rent a car, I'm like irritated now, and there's people, and nobody can get off the plane fast enough, and there's always somebody like right in front of me who is she's got or he's got like this big bag and it's stuck in the overhead thing, and we're trying to get it out, and don't break the thing, and it's like you should have just checked it because now the whole plane is backed up, and if I'm under the influence of a little melatonin and I'm like irritated and tired, there's a good chance I'm going to say something that's not nice, and then we're going to have a problem, Right. So I generally just
World Star, yeah,
World Star Fight Club. They'll put
Fight Club.
There's a lot of fights break out. By the way, the Fight Club today is wild. It may not be a great fight, but it's a very unique fight. So,
okay, I'm excited.
We got a good one, and that's coming up in what we got 7:48 now. So we're going to hit over to the cut sheet in just a second. That's coming up in about an hour and a half. Fight Club and Fight of the Week on YouTube.com/1210. But right now, let's do a Friday edition, a Greg Stockerless edition of What's on the Cut Sheet. We got a bunch of stuff here. Let's roll it. Do we have there we go. Yes.
On the cut sheet.
What's on the cut sheet?
Yes, what's on the cut sheet for this Friday is brought to you by Tri-County Auto. Great deals on Toyota, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. Stop by both locations. Look for the big American flag. Thank you, Tri-County Auto, for sponsoring What's on the Cut Sheet on this Farish and Hummel Friday.
There it is. All right, we talked about airplanes and all sorts of etiquette situations. Woman kicked off of an airplane or wasn't allowed on the airplane because of what she was wearing. Let's go into the state of Pennsylvania. This is going to be cut 10, Phil. Pennsylvania state representative was kicked off of the House floor because he was celebrating America 250 by wearing a USA-themed patriotic suit. They kicked him off the House floor. Despite Democrats allowing, pride.
John Fetterman,
remember
wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, right. In D.C., hoodie and gym shorts.
Yeah.
Barely appropriate for travel, right? Hoodie and gym shorts.
For
Eric
Capitol
DeVonzo, right? Eric DeVonzo in Pennsylvania, is a state legislature. He was on. He did a whole media tour yesterday. He was actually on Carl Higbee right before I was on Newsmax yesterday. I was like, "What is this story? We got to talk about this one tomorrow." So this is Eric DeVonzo. He was very upset about this. Went off, refusing to apologize for it. Democrats hate America. This is just more proof. Let's roll cut 10.
Wonderful nod to the American flag for our 250th, and it would get him in trouble. He was booted from the floor of the state legislature in Pennsylvania by, guess who? Well, a Democrat. State Representative Eric DeVonzo joins us now to explain how this all went down. Representative, House leaders ruled your jacket, I'm so glad you're wearing it, as inappropriate. Okay, what exactly was inappropriate about that jacket?
Yeah. Hey, Laura, thank you for having me on here tonight. And I have it from the House rules right here. And it says, consistent with the dignity of the institution, appropriate attire means professional business clothes, no sportswear for men. This includes a coat and tie. This is professional. We have members of the Democrat Party who wear a top hat on the House floor. Okay, they wear Nike sneakers on the House floor. So if we're going to have decorum, if I'm going to be held to a level, then let's do it across the board here. Let's not pick winners and losers anymore.
Speaker of the House, Joanna McClinton, told ABC 27 that, quote, "We don't allow costumes on the floor of any of the House for any reason, any holiday.
Costumes.
We're very patriotic, as excited as I am to put on my red, white, and blue
Are
all
you?
weekend on the floor of the House. We all have a quorum for all members, no matter the holiday." Well, I don't know. If you wore rainbow pins all over your lapel, would she throw a fit like that?
So, Laura, it was funny because the night before, the Democratic House members got a memo to wear rainbow pride colors.
There it is.
There will be a photo op
Look at
at
that.
9 o'clock
Yeah.
the next day on the House floor. That is one giant costume. It actually looks like a circus. It's
So
exactly what that looks like.
Yeah, that looks
You're
like a
allowed to wear pride
performance.
colors.
Yeah.
Listen, it is. That's all the Democratic Party is about these days. They hate America. They're all about, they're just about the optics out there, and look at it, right? That's all that is.
So, what do you, I don't think he should have been banned from that. He's having fun.
No,
he's festive.
he's
It's
having-
not, it's a suit
absolutely.
jacket.
Yeah, and I bet if it was Juneteenth and he rolled up in a dashiki, if Hakeem Jeffries rolled up in a dashiki, everybody would have been cool with it.
Like,
Ridiculous.
remember when the Democrats in D.C. when George Floyd, ascended to
Yeah.
the heavens, St. George, and they wore the kente cloths and they took a knee.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes, and
And
Nancy
then Nancy
Pelosi
couldn't get up.
thanked him for being a martyr. Like he put his life on the line by doing fentanyl
Yeah.
and fighting someone over a $20 counterfeit bill. Yeah, pathetic.
She was like, "Thank you, George Floyd. Thank you." And then she couldn't get up off the floor. Right? They had to help
she's
her.
106,
By the way,
yeah.
I have her teeth. This is Nancy's. That's Nancy Pelosi's teeth right there. I've got a prop for just about everything, but that's her teeth. Thank you, George Floyd, for putting your life on the line for civil rights. How much do you think Nancy Pelosi spits when she talks?
Oh, quite a bit. Yeah.
I would imagine you're standing in front of her. You got to put your windshield wipers on. You're like in a
Absolutely.
monsoon. We call her by the way, we call her a spitter. She's a spitter. She spits when she talks, and it's very difficult, She's a spitter. You get soaked. She's talking to you. You get soaked. Not good. Not good at all. Speaking of America 250 on this cut sheet, this is going to be cut 4. Jesse Waters, he started off on Fox News. He's a Long Island guy. He started off
Is
on
he?
Fox News
Doesn't
doing
sound like
Waters
it.
World. Yeah, no, he's. I'm fairly certain he's from Long Island, but he doesn't have the accent. They make you lose the accent when you go on TV. They
Really?
groom you.
Ooh, you know how to bring it
'cause
back is if you give him a couple drinks. Yeah.
Right. It'll slip right back into it.
Wait, hold on a second. That guy, the CNN guy, the really animated guy, he's got like a thick New York or East Coast accent for sure, though. But that's what it's fun to listen to him.
Right. And I think that's part of like the whole. So he's doing just the polling stuff. And Jesse Waters has his own show and all this.
I see.
You know, you're not going to want to have some guy being like, yeah, we're going to walk the dog and pour the coffee all day long. Right. Like you don't want to have. It just isn't great. But I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm from there.
Right.
So it's like natural to me. I'm like ear blind to it, you know? Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I hear it.
But you know, I mean, when I'm in Tennessee and I'm like, let me have a large coffee, and they're like, where are you from? Long Island.
Don't worry. Yeah.
I'm one of the good ones. I promise it's going to be okay. When we moved here, I posted on X, and I was like, finally moving to Tennessee from New York. Super excited to get out of New York and start, you know, a new chapter in Tennessee. And you know, there were for the folks who followed me, they were like, yeah, we're happy for your move. But then there were people like in Tennessee who didn't follow me. And that was the first thing they saw. And they were like, we don't need any more Yankees coming down here. You're going to ruin our state. And I was like, dang, like, I'm not like that. But this sucks that like everybody who comes out of the North
just assumes,
is immediately looked at like that.
Politics. Yeah.
And so then, like, John Rich, who's a cool guy, you know, he jumped in my mentions and he was like, it's going to be great to have you. And then the sentiment changed. It was like, oh, John Rich, okay. Hey, welcome to Tennessee. It's going to be. Yeah, you know. But this is cut 4. America is turning 250 years old. And there are some of these answers, you know, they find these people out there. Who have no idea about the history of our country. They don't know where the capital is. They don't know what, you know, they're like, what language do you speak in Nebraska? And they're like, oh, I don't know. You know, they think Nebraska is like another country. So this is a Jesse Waters, one of these montages, these silly answers they find people on the street getting ready to celebrate America 250. Let's roll cut 4. It's a little long, so we may stop and start it, but cut 4, go.
How are you celebrating the 4th of July?
Going down the beach with my friends.
I'm going camping for the first time in my life, and I'm honestly terrified.
And drunk and probably lighting fireworks.
Drunk while you're lighting fireworks?
Of course.
Is that a good idea?
100%.
Why do we celebrate the 4th of July?
I honestly couldn't answer that.
Well, actually not sure.
We celebrate the birthday of America.
Okay.
Be lit and enjoy life.
That didn't used to be a trick question.
How old is America turning this year?
I have no idea.
58?
58.
Is it actually?
No.
58.
Where do we declare our independence from?
Explain that a little bit further. What do you mean by where? The United States. Great Britain.
Mozambique, Africa.
You're kidding, right?
What was the name of the war in which we fought for our independence?
Civil War.
The Civil War.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
You got this, girl.
I actually don't know.
The Rev.
Bro, I don't know.
French and Indian War. World War
So
II.
random.
The Revolutionary War.
Get it, girl.
This girl in the black bikini, she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, I think that,
What was the name of the general that led us to victory in the Revolutionary War?
Does it begin with an A?
Washington?
Oh my gosh.
General
No.
Lee.
Hitler.
Oh my God.
What?
I have no idea.
I thought it was obvious.
What year did we declare our independence?
This is a very wild guess. The 1920.
1786?
1776.
Come on.
1654.
Higher.
1730.
Higher.
1748.
Higher.
1778.
I didn't do well in school.
Democrats, they like to say Donald Trump is a king, but we know we don't have kings in this country because we kicked a king to the curb. What was his name?
Oh my God. Might need some multiple choice here. King Tut.
Julius Caesar.
King Charles or something?
Neptune.
King George.
First time I've ever seen anyone get all questions right.
So there it is. What do you think of that, King Tut? Now, some of these kids, I feel
that
like
was a great answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of these people are being silly on purpose. You know?
Do you think so?
But like some of them. Okay. But like the guy who thought that we declared independence in 1658 or whatever it was, like he was being serious. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, it certainly is a problem. I could not tell if they were trying to be funny for the camera and be like, bro, I know it all. But I don't think they were.
Is it me or does it seem like that one girl in the black bikini had all the right answers and everybody else was just being stupid? You know, the one girl that was there.
Yeah, she was the star pupil of that whole bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there could have been like 50 other people that they surveyed and got them all right, but they showed, of course, the dumbest answers.
Made a shark just eat them all on the 4th of July and just be done with it. You know what I mean? The beaches are open. That's all they know. That's all they know is that the beaches are open.
Oh, so brutal.
An alligator.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alligator, get them. You know, someone like that is, gator food. I'm fine with that. Just feed them. One less.
Some of them would be
stupid guy.
Some of them would be stupid enough to go swim in the stream and just wonder why the alligators ate them.
I know, but she doesn't deserve it. I feel terrible.
No, I don't think she deserves it, but I think some of the people on that, on the beach in that last montage deserve to be eaten by an alligator. 100%.
Really?
You think King Tut was the?
That was a hilarious answer.
It was hilarious, but I mean, King Tut.
I wasn't expecting that either.
With King Tut. Yeah. No, of course not. Well, why would you? Because it's the stupid. We didn't declare independence from Egypt thousands and thousands of years ago after building the pyramid. Of course, you're not expecting that answer because it's a stupid answer. That's why.
Although I did learn somewhat recently, which is kind of pathetic, that like our first war after we were a country was actually with Muslims, the Barbary Wars.
Was it?
Yeah.
Which war was that?
The Barbary Wars. I don't know much about it, but essentially, like all these pirates were killing Americans. We're like, dude, we're on your team. Like, we're not British. We're not this. They're like, no, we don't care. You're the infidel because you're not Muslim.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like 1789 or something.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, so it's been a long time coming. By the way, they've just been a problem for a long time. And by the way, not necessarily all like Muslims. Obviously, they're a very diverse group, but Islam, jihadist Islam, the doctrine of Islam, problematic with the West.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a bunch of like excerpts from the Quran that talks about like, and
the hadith,
translated verbatim. It's like remove the head from the neck, with your sword. And I'm like, beheading.
Strike their necks and fingertips if they're non-believers. So
yeah, they don't.
Or
pay
you can
tax,
or you can pay like jizya in perpetuity, which is essentially like a second-class citizen tax. That's maybe
and then they leave you alone.
Case. They might.
Maybe leave you alone.
Probably still harass you, but you have to pay jizya or you die. Or you get raped.
Or you die. Yep.
And then you die.
That's the religion of peace. Yeah. That's the religion of peace. They're so nice. You don't hear Buddhists doing this. Or like Jews. Now, don't get me wrong. Jews will take your money. But they won't.
Sure.
But they won't.
Chinese will do
kill
the same
you.
thing. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Who won't? And people always say, well, in the Bible it says this. I go, right, but also like Christians are not the problem today. Like Jews are not the problem. Hindus not really the problem. Buddhists are not really the problem. Why don't we look at where the problem is and address the problem? Right.
Or why don't we look at the one group that like when they get angry, blow themselves up. Other groups when they get angry, they don't do that. Like I've never heard of a Jew. Be like, I'm just going to go attach this vest to my body and go boom in a strip mall because someone hurt my feelings or Allah told me to. And that's not to say there's not fundamentalists in every religion that do crazy things, but the main driver of the religious violence seems to be Islam. I mean, I don't think that's controversial, nor is it inaccurate.
No. And if you go into London and you wore a shirt that said Jesus is gay, probably nothing's going to happen to you. You might get some laughs or whatever. Try doing that, but switching Jesus with Muhammad and see what happens to you in the middle of London.
Well, you saw what happened in France, 15 years ago or so with Charlie the Hebdo, the magazine. They drew a picture of Muhammad. You can't.
I thought that was in the UK, but
there was a whole. Yeah. That was Charlie Hebdo. I think it was in Paris.
You might be right.
That magazine, the magazine, and then there was the ISIS went over there and like shot up the headquarters because you drew. You're not allowed to draw a picture of the prophet, right? So again, if somebody's out there, like you said, making fun of Jesus, I don't like it. I don't think it's very tasteful. But this is not something that I believe you're going to see. I don't think you see a bunch of Christians, out there getting ready to kill people over it. They're just going to be upset. They'll condemn it. They'll pray for you. These Muslims will kill you.
Yes, and again, Christians got a bad rap after, let's just say the Inquisition, which wasn't quite nice, and then also the Crusades. Right. But I really didn't. I was lied to when I learned about the Crusades in school. I thought it was about Christian conquest, and maybe it was a little bit of that, but a lot of it was to push back on the Islamic takeover, which was happening because they reached obviously they were in Spain, right? Like the Iberian Peninsula, but they moved all the way up into like France and stuff and Poland. And then the Crusades were like, bro, this is not good. We got to get these people out of here. And that's why, how many Crusades were there? Like 11, something crazy like that. But
it was a lot.
And many of them were very unsuccessful, but they managed to get them out of Europe mostly until all of a sudden they were invited back at the end of the 20th century. So,
and now they are not only invited back, but they're reproducing like rabbits in some of these countries, and
they outbreed.
It's like again, it's causing problems. Okay, it's causing a lot of problems. All right, we're gonna stick on the theme of America 250 real quick, and then we'll run this couple. Probably take a break after this, but this is what the Democrats are planning to do if they gain power. Representative Brendan Boyle says the Democrats will investigate Freedom 250 if they regain power. You celebrate America's 250th birthday, we're launching an investigation. Roll cut 13, Phil.
Congressman Jared Huffman says he hopes to more aggressively investigate Freedom 250 if Democrats retake the House. Do you support that, or is this just all becoming part of this tit-for-tat trend with these congressional investigations on the other party?
Well, I certainly think that the necessary congressional function of oversight will begin to happen if and when Democrats win back the House this November.
So, oversight over Freedom 250, what is there even to investigate? I don't
even really understand what he's saying.
Yeah. Do they hate America that much where it's like you celebrated the 4th? What's the difference between celebrating it this year and like last year, other than it's not the 250th birthday?
Yeah, I don't really understand what he's investigating, to be honest with you.
Is there like is the idea that like Trump was like corrupt and Dana White and UFC and he's enriching himself and all that? Is that the angle that they're taking? I don't know. I just think it's a bad look, but I don't think here's the thing. It's a bad look for people like us, but it's not a bad look for Democrats, right? They want Trump to be investigated. They want, anything that's patriotic to be heavily scrutinized by the microscope of government. And that's,
and that is so crazy to me because like growing up, even in the early 2010s, like the 4th of July was for everybody. Like the American flag was for everybody. Even if you were like kind of lib, like whatever. That's when liberals were still kind of like the cool kids, to be honest with you. Republicans were like super uptight and like, I'm not cool with gay stuff.
Stuffy, suit wearing.
We smoke weed. Now, like I know more Republicans smoke weed than Democrats. But nevertheless, like the branding was good. Like when Obama got elected, the branding was so good of like, we're united, like freedom, like be yourself. And then all of a sudden they just like, they lost the plot. And then now they're not the cool kids at all. Now they're the sensitive, need safe spaces. And the most punk rock thing you can be now is a Republican, which is insane.
Right.
So.
Yep. Conservatism is counterculture now.
Yes.
And it really, that counterculture is, that kind of peaked, I would say, in like the Biden years, right? Because it was like DEI, gay, trans, and if you were like, no, and you pushed back on it, you got like all this flack. Remember Dylan Mulvaney with the Bud Light thing? It was like Bud Light bent over backwards to try and sell beer by having a dude in dress up, marketing beer on TV. And the pushback, it was the resistance. It was swimming upstream. Like you said, rage against the machine became, rage in favor of the machine. And then like folks like us were like, no, we're now raging against the machine. We're the ones pushing back. It was fun.
Yeah, like the anti-establishment were the Republicans, or just like, let's just say the right of center crowd. Versus like the left, who was just like swallowing everything that the government was feeding them. Take the vaccine, do this, be afraid, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, no, wear a mask. Like, it was just like, what the hell? Think for yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Think for yourself, be yourself. We're celebrating American independence, but you are not subjects. We're not subjects of this government. They're supposed to actually be our servants. And I feel like the roles have been reversed. Part of that problem is that these politicians act like celebrities now. They go online. They get a profile. They get a platform for getting elected. They make a few hits on the get a few interviews on mainstream media. Now they're a household name, and they kind of lose touch with what their job description is and how they're supposed to behave, what they're supposed to be doing on Washington D.C. up on Capitol Hill. We have for example, the Save America Act. 80% of Americans support it. They're not passing it. Like look no further than that.
Right.
It should be easy. Just freaking pass it. You go to a restaurant and you order your steak and you order it rare, and the chef is like, no, and you get like this, like
and you
truck tire on your plate. Yeah. And you still have to pay for it. Like we have to pay for our representatives and our senators. They're making their living on our dime. It's ridiculous, right? To me, it's crazy.
It is
crazy.
Yeah, well.
Let's take a quick break. We'll return with more on the cut sheet. We're going to get to the reflecting pool. A new indictment has been there. I've got some crazy stuff. Skydiving. Speaking of steak, skydiving.
Is that your bag?
A steak dinner on the way down. Unbelievable. This is a crazy video I found online. It's you would not believe it. They're like at a dinner table. So we have that. We've got the reflecting pool. We've got some, you mentioned Obama. This is interesting. I got a couple clips from Obama sounding just like Donald Trump, not voice, but the words that he's saying. So we'll get to all that and more here as the cut sheet continues. Fight Club coming up in just under an hour. 855-839-1210 if you want to chime in. It's Sean Farish and Anna Hummel on a Friday morning, taking you all the way to 10 a.m. on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Stay right there.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Be prepared with CHIP, free or low-cost healthcare for Pennsylvania kids and teens. From checkups to unexpected bumps and bruises and everything in between, CHIP has you covered. Don't wait until you need it. Be prepared with CHIP. Because every kid deserves quality health care and every parent deserves peace of mind knowing their kids are covered. CHIP. Free or low-cost health care for kids and teens under age 19. Learn more at chipcoverspakids.com.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
TurnersvilleJeep.com wants to save you money at the pump this month with a brand new Jeep Cherokee Hybrid. Not worried about gas prices? Then check out our huge inventory of Wranglers, Grand Cherokees, or Ram trucks, and Dodge Durango. Equipped with V8 engines. Don't have a down payment? No problem. We work with dozens of banks who offer 0 down payments and no payments for 90 days to qualified buyers. Just minutes from all bridges or online 24/7 at TurnersvilleJeep.com. Again, that's TurnersvilleJeep.com.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
$8:16 a.m. on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Sean Farish and Anna Hummel rolling through a cut sheet on this Friday morning. YouTube.com/1210 WPHT, by the way, for all things cut sheet. Fight Club, Fight of the Week. We'll be doing that in about an hour or so. This day in music history also. Phil Almquist in that fourth and final hour. And we'll get back to the cut sheet in just a moment, but we do have a caller who wants to say hello. It is Mark in Chester County. Let's go to Mark in Chester County. You're on 1210 WPHT. What's up, Mark?
All right. Well, here's your little history lesson and related to the Barbary Pirates. The Marine Corps was fighting them. It's called the Shores of Tripoli. It's right in the Marine Corps hymn. It's from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, which is the battle against the Barbary Pirates. They were sent over there to fight them because they had thousands and thousands of American longshoremen or shipping men imprisoned over there. And we went over there to save them.
And that was like the first war after we became a country, right?
I believe it was, yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah. I learned that like in the last 6 months, and I was like, damn, we've been fighting this a long time.
I learned it at boot camp. At boot camp. They shove that stuff in your head.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mark,
thank you
in
for
Chester
the
County for the history lesson, and thank you for your service, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, and happy 250.
Appreciate that. Happy America 250.
Or a semi-quincentennial.
Yes, that's a big word. That's just a big word.
Yeah, it is.
You know, that's a mouthful that even Buttigieg wouldn't want to handle. All right, the Barbary Pirates or Corsairs were Muslim privateers and raiders who operated from North Africa's Barbary coast, modern-day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, from the 16th to 19th century, sponsored by local rulers in the Ottoman Empire. They terrorized Mediterranean and Atlantic shipping, amassing immense wealth by plundering cargo and capturing over 1 million Europeans to hold for ransom or sell into slavery. You know, wow. You don't hear about
Plot
this.
twist. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
According to Google, I did a little Google. There it is. The Barbary slave trade, unlike typical pirates, their primary focus was capturing human beings. They raided coastal towns as far north as Iceland and the British Isles, devastating local communities. This is scary. There should be like a movie about this.
No, you're right. Sorry, Sean. I just have to correct you. It's the religion of peace, though. So Just remember that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Because they said, hey, actually, we're the religion of peace. So keep that in mind.
So what they said, right? They said, never mind. Right? Like, move along.
The Nazis also called themselves the good guys. So clearly, they're the good guys. Yeah.
They would never lie. A genocidal regime like the Nazis would never be dishonest.
Right.
They only told Jews at Auschwitz that they were going to take a shower, only to be gassed to death with Zyklon B. But that's just one instance. They're not always liars.
Right.
State-sponsored extortion. Because fighting the pirates was notoriously difficult, even major European powers found it cheaper to pay annual tributes and ransoms. Hey, it's like that tax you were talking about, right? To the North African states to ensure the safety of their merchant fleets. Kind of sounds like what Iran's trying to do with the Strait of Hormuz, isn't it? A little bit? Like tolls.
That seems to be the play. Yeah.
Interesting. It's the same religion of peace, by the way. When the United States gained independence, this was 1801 to 1816. So, yes, this is the first war. It's before the War of 1812.
Right.
When the United States gained independence, it lost the protection of the British Royal Navy, refusing to continue paying heavy tributes to the Barbary states. The young nation fought two major conflicts. The First Barbary War, 1801 to 1805. President Thomas Jefferson refused to pay the inflated demands of the Pasha of Tripoli and sent the United States Navy and a contingent of Marines to blockade Tripoli. Wow. Thomas Jefferson. Tommy Big Balls, huh? This conflict concluded with a favorable peace treaty and gave rise to the famous line, as Mark in Chester County said, to the shores of Tripoli. Second Barbary War, 1815 to 1816, following renewed hostilities during the War of 1812, the United States sent naval squadrons under Commodores Stephen Decatur and William Bainbridge to force Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli to stop attacking American vessels and surrender all tribute demands. European powers soon followed suit with joint naval bombardments, notably by the British and Dutch in 1816, permanently weakening the pirates. The era of the Barbary Corsairs came to an end in 1830 when France actually invaded and secured control of Algeria. Wow.
Way to go, France.
The most shocking part of that story is that France actually did something, didn't surrender. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah.
All right. So you learn something new every day.
Yep.
So that's you've been going down that rabbit hole with the Barbary Wars?
Not so much the Barbary Wars. Honestly, I've been on an Islam kick, I think. Just trying to learn about it.
Understand it.
What their demands are, what their end goal is, and how to fight back against it. And I think the best thing you can do is just kind of educate and broadcast kind of what we're doing right now and go, hey, this is actually what it says. This is what it's about. It's not good. I know it's not nice to say that out loud, but sometimes it's true. That's how I feel.
Right. Yeah, it's true. I can't disagree with that. Speaking of, we'll stay on that theme, actually. This is going to be Cut 20. I think you sent this, Anna. A woman passed out as she becomes the first ever to be caned for, quote, committing obscenity live with a man on social media under Indonesian province's Sharia law. Let's roll Cut 20. Take a look at the religion of peace.
4, 5, 6,
And by the way, the crowd is like, more.
Right.
19, 20, 21, selesai. Siap. 17, 18, 19.
I guess that's the guy she was doing this with.
Yeah, and by the way, this is not that it would be acceptable. It's not like she was an OnlyFans model having sex on camera. I think they were kissing.
That's all it was?
Yeah. And it probably wasn't even like a make out either. It was probably just like, is what I'm guessing. I don't know. But that was the crime. So that's what's coming down the pipeline when you let a bunch of people like that in the country. Just saying. They're good at breeding too. They're good at breeding.
They're very good at breeding, especially with each other. like like
Like their
inside the
brothers.
family. Yeah.
Ask Ilhan Omar about that. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Some people did something, right? Ilhan Omar. Stupid. Married her brother to get him into the country. Immigration fraud. I wonder if anything's going to happen with that. I'm not holding my breath. But look at that. You see the scenes out of there. I mean, she's getting beaten with a cane
Publicly,
for
yeah.
what? You said kissing on social media.
Kissing on a
publicly.
live stream, it said. Yeah. That's what it was.
And you can't
was
do
a
that
crime.
under Sharia law. You can't do that.
No.
And there are people who are like, oh, well, it's not that bad. I don't know. It looks
Dude, they're
pretty bad to
cheering
me.
for it.
Yeah.
Say it again?
I said it looks pretty bad to me.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're cheering for it. It's like, you mentioned the folks who were watching it are like, do it again, do it again.
Yeah.
It's like, in like WWE when like the dude gets put through a table and the crowd starts chanting one more time. And then it's like,
encore.
Yeah, one more time. And then he puts them through another table and they do it again and they put them through another table. It's like, except this is like real. Now those guys are actually getting put through tables, but this is like, you're getting caned.
At least they're
publicly.
getting paid for getting put through a table. These
Right.
people.
She's just getting welts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and people like to say, I get on a kick off this, but people like to say, oh, it's just like this tiny minority. I'm sure you've heard that. Like, no, it's just like a really short. If you do surveys, like Pew has done all these research surveys like year after year after year, and they ask like Egyptians, like, would you want to implement it? How do you feel about implementing Sharia law? Like 89% of them are for it. Palestinians, 85% are for it. Bangladesh, 92% are for it. This isn't just like a tiny minority of people. This is what happens when you have a Muslim majority country. The people who follow this ideology, this is what they want. This is what they want. Yeah. And we should know that so we can do something about it. And guess what? They can lie to you and say that they don't when they're in a position of weakness. So you don't even really know what they think when you ask one off the street in America because they're still in that minority.
Right.
So.
Right. It's like what you said in that town in Michigan.
Yeah, Hamtramck. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hamtramck. And it was like, the progressives all voted them in, these Muslim council members, city council members. We're going to put brown people in a position of power. And then, they think that, and they're waving the gay flags and they're doing all this. And meanwhile, you can't even kiss on a live stream, let alone homosexuality in that culture. And then they all, they took over the city council and all of a sudden all that's banned. And these liberal Karens are like, what? No, we didn't vote for that. Well, you did. It's because you're ignorant. What you're doing is smart. What a lot of people I know are doing regarding Islam is smart, and we hear about the fundamentalists and 9/11 and the Iraq war and Afghanistan and the Taliban and all this. But it is important to dive into this stuff, straight into the source material and educate yourself on, what is absolutely an enemy of Western civilization. What you just saw, if you're watching on YouTube, this woman getting caned for kissing on a live stream is not how civilized behavior conducts itself. It just isn't. And the fact that there are so many in this country who will look the other way or they don't know, or they'll just call it Israeli propaganda.
Right. That's everything is Israeli propaganda. Oh, that's Israeli. What are you talking about? Like they would see that and be like, oh, that's Israeli propaganda. That's from Indonesia. That's nowhere close to the Middle East. Like, what are you talking about? So, just the best thing you can do is just shine a light on it and you go, you want this? Because that's what's coming down the pipeline. And by the way, I'm not saying like you have a Muslim neighbor, say. I'm not saying go over there and punch him in the face. Of course not. And I'm not even saying all Muslims subscribe to this. So not all Muslims are violent. Of course not, right? But all Islam is violent. All Islam is violent. That's what it calls for in the book. That's not my interpretation of it. That's what it says in the Quran and the Hadith and all of those religious texts. That's what it calls for. So just know that. Educate yourself. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah, and even if you go and you read the Ayatollah's writing, Ayatollah Khomeini, the one who we just smoked not too long ago in February in Operation Epic Fury, he basically writes in there and excuses the rape, sexual intercourse of like babies, you know, this is, again, that's not to say every Muslim wants to do that, but like religion, he's a religious leader.
Of course.
That's what he is. They're and he's saying you can do these things, right?
Of course.
I don't want that in my country.
No, Muhammad married Aisha, I think his second wife, when she was 6 and consummated the relationship when she was 9. So guess what comes with Sharia law? Child brides, pedophiles, sexual abuse against children and women. Talk about like a bigoted culture. I hate to say it, it's no more bigoted towards women than anyone else. Like, these people are prisoners. And what's so crazy to me is that you'll see a lot of Muslim women going, no, we like this. We like this. I'm like, all right, well, keep it over there. I don't want it over here. That's how I feel about it.
Right. Quran. This is from a direct text from the Quran. Maim and crucify the infidels if they criticize Islam. Muslims must not take the infidels as friends. Let's see. Here we go. Unbelievers are stupid. Muslims are urged to fight them. Make war on the infidels living in your neighborhood. Another one. Muslims must muster all weapons to terrorize the infidels. Here we go. Another one. The Jews and Christians are perverts. Fight them. Yeah, we're the perverts, right? Yeah.
Right.
Marrying 6-year-olds who are perverted. Okay.
And the goats.
Do not seek. This is the Religion of Peace, by the way. Out of the Religion of Peace's book. Do not seek peace with the infidels. Behead them when you catch them. I mean, and it goes on and on and on. When the opportunity arises, kill the infidels whenever you find them. So, and this is, and again, I'm not saying, and as Anna said too, if you have a Muslim friend, that your Muslim friend wants to cut your head off. That's not what I'm saying, right? You know, when I grew up, my doctor was a Muslim, was the nicest guy I ever met, right?
Sure.
Very nice guy.
Great food.
I don't think he wanted to cut my head off. Hopefully,
no.
You know, there wasn't tequila going on there too. I lived, so I think I'm okay. You know, but like, it's in their book, okay? It's in their book. And these are commands that are given to the most steadfast followers of Islam. They are a religion not of peace, but of conquest. You've seen this happen in Europe. You're seeing them trying to get root here. Again, I'm not saying that we need to, you know, engage in religious persecution or discrimination.
No.
But we need to know.
We need to be aware.
We have to be aware. We have to be aware of what they are being commanded to do. Like, this is something, you know, the whole beheading and the fighting of the infidels and things like this is considered righteous, right? Like their duty to do it. And, you know, that's very scary.
And it's kind of much like the alligator story from yesterday. I don't even really blame them because they're just doing they're just alligating. It's the white liberals who are allowing this to happen who are the problem for me. Because they're either like being ignorant on purpose because, again, the way the liberals look at things is through just like a prism of oppressed and oppressors, right? And if you're white, you're the oppressor. Nope, doesn't even matter. What about context, nuance? Nope, you're oppressor. You destabilize the region. A shame on you. We deserve 9/11, like all that sort of stuff. So they're just alligating, and it's not even an invasion with violence. It's just that they're taking advantage of the weakness of the West, of letting people in, of not having borders, of this whole like being nice and opening up to the third world. And yes, maybe it looks very nice on paper, but the consequences are going to be absolutely diabolical. And we've already seen this in much of Europe. Spain, France is having huge issues. Obviously, the UK. The only country in Europe that's not dealing with this is Poland because they've closed their doors to basically everyone. And God bless them for it.
You're not allowed in. You're not allowed in Poland. It's just, there was like a map, you know, during the ISIS years of like where all the terror. I'll find this map. But there was like a map during like when ISIS was at its peak, you know, in like 2016, 2017, you know, 2013, that time period before Trump dismantled the caliphate. And when he killed Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, you know, he died like a dog, right? The greatest press conference that a United States president has ever given, by the way. Like the best. You smoke a terrorist, and these guys are all about like honor, right? Like these fundamentalists. And he's out there quite literally like peeing on this guy on that podium. He died like a dog. He was a coward. He was crying. Right. But there was a map of like all the ISIS attacks that were taking place in Europe, and there was a blank area, and it is the actual border of Poland because there was no. I'm going to find the map.
Yes,
we'll put this up and do like a little screen share. In the meantime, while I do pull up the map, I want to roll on to another cut here. And this is we're going to take this back home to D.C. A D.C. grand jury has handed down an indictment over the vandalism at the reflecting pool. So that thing that they told you wasn't happening. Oh, there was it was Trump's pool guy. They didn't let the paint dry. Well, again, and in order for there to be an indictment handed down, this is not a unilateral action by the Department of Justice. This is not, Jeanine Pirro and the DOJ, Todd Blanche, going, hey, that guy, he looks like he was vandalizing the pool. Let's charge him with a crime. No, they took evidence to a grand jury, which, okay, they tell you can indict a grand sandwich. A grand sandwich, my God. You can indict a ham
grand slam sandwich. Yeah.
A grand slam sandwich, a hoagie. All right. Yeah. You can indict a ham sandwich. So because when you present evidence to a grand jury, there's no defense, right? It's just prosecutors showing a group of people evidence, and then that group of people goes based off the evidence. Okay, there's enough here to hand down an indictment and formal charges. Well, This was a D.C. grand jury. Okay, this was not some grand jury in Alabama. All right,
right.
There's a grand jury in D.C. saw this evidence that was presented to them of this guy allegedly vandalizing the reflecting pool, which we were told, well, it's just Trump. He's just mad that it happened. He's got to try and find and blame someone. Well, if the evidence wasn't convincing, I doubt a grand jury in D.C. would indict a fellow Democrat, right? So let's roll. This is cut 18. This is from CNN reporting on this yesterday. A Washington, D.C. grand jury indicted a former U.S. Olympian canoeist, which apparently is an Olympic sport, who was allegedly caught tampering with the reflecting pool. Let's roll cut 18.
The breaking news this hour, we are just learning that U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro is planning to hold a press conference soon on the alleged destruction of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Just moments ago, CNN learning that a former Olympic canoeist was indicted by a grand jury after his arrest. CNN crime and justice correspondent Caitlin Poland's joining us now with those breaking details. So, Caitlin, what are we learning about these charges?
Erica, I don't have the exact charges yet, but what I do know is that David Hearn, the former Olympic canoeist who was touching the blue material from the bottom of the reflecting pool and was cited by park police, he is going to be facing a felony charge in Washington, D.C. Superior Court. So that's the local court. But the prosecutors who decide on something like that, those are the federal prosecutors, the U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro. We are expecting Pirro to make some public statements about this at a press conference in about a half an hour. I reached out to David Hearn's lawyer to ask if they knew what was going on and how this case had escalated from these misdemeanor citations for disobedience in public for touching this federal property to a felony charge. And they said that they were still learning about what was happening today. So we're just at the very forefront of understanding that this arrest has turned into a charge. Now, Erica, to back up a second here, this is not just about what something may have happened on the National Mall area, Erica. This is about the reflecting pool that Donald Trump had wanted to renovate, that he sunk $14 million into to resurface the bottom of. He had it drained. There was an algae problem after that bottom was resurfaced, and then the blue surface on the bottom began peeling up. That was drawing people to the reflecting pool to look at it, and then there were more federal officers sent to protect the reflecting pool. That's the moment in time where Hearn received this citation. He has said that he was just curious about it. He wasn't trying to vandalize it. But the president, Donald Trump, he came out there amid the arrest of David Hearn and said this was vandalization. And he then called for very aggressive law enforcement and prosecution of anything around the reflecting pool. He said, please remember that there is a 10-year prison sentence for the destruction of federal property or even the attempted destruction of such things, which will be fully enforced So now one of the questions is, what in this case made the U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro decide that this should be a felony charge rather than a much lesser charge?
All right. Well, I'll tell you what in the case it was. A grand jury indicted him. He was just touching the reflecting pool, is what she said. He was touching it. He was curious. Did you hear that? He was curious. He was destructive, but mostly curious. Okay? Like fiery, but mostly peaceful.
Right.
He was being destructive, but he's mostly just,
Right. The softening of the language. He was just a curious little kitty. Yeah.
Just a curious guy. By the way, here's that map. I found the map that I was talking about.
Oh, the Poland.
About let me see, where is it? Oh, maybe I don't have the map. Fake news. There it is. I found it. I just got to put it up on the screen. I got to find a way to share this image. But I did find the map of the terror attack map. There it is on the screen. I'll put it up there. And you see all the red dots. Those are ISIS attacks. I'm not sure exactly. And then right here, that's Poland. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Right? There's no terror attacks. Okay?
Yeah.
Why?
Go ahead.
Secure borders. Secure borders.
Yeah.
Secure borders.
But you know what's even crazier is that when they survey people, like say in Sweden or in the UK or whatever, and they go like, why do you think like rapes are going up, or why do you think murders rates are going up? What I saw people saying is they'll be like, oh, it's because of toxic masculinity. I'm like, right. I guess you're kind of right. Like, but they refuse to say anything about which religions / ethnic groups are committing these crimes. Because it's impolite.
Let's talk about which religion / ethnic groups are engaging in the quote unquote toxic masculinity. Right?
Yeah. And you know what I heard that's like even scarier is that these migrants or immigrants who have had children, so people who are like what do you call it, like native born Muslims or whatever, they're more radicalized than even their parents that came from said whatever country.
Wow.
So like the next generation that is homegrown in the UK and France, whatever, they're more radicalized or more susceptible to being radicalized than their parents were, or the people who are first generation. Yes.
So it's going to get even worse. Holy
yes.
It's like cancer metastasizing into like super cancer. Like it's not good. That's not good. Mm-hmm. It's like MRSA, right? Medically resistant staph infection, right? It's like you have a staph infection. We give the medicine, and it gets stronger. No good.
Right.
No good. On the reflecting pool, because you heard CNN. Oh, he was just touching it. He was just curious. It's unclear why the DC U.S. Attorney Pirro wants to prosecute this case at a felony level. Well, here's Cut 19. It's her job, by the way, if laws are being broken in her jurisdiction, to prosecute. That's the whole idea of having laws. You're supposed to enforce them. And if you don't, if you have laws that you don't enforce the laws, then you basically don't have laws.
They're just recommendations.
They're suggestions, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if there was no punishment for me not paying my speeding tickets, I wouldn't pay my speeding tickets.
Right.
Because there's no incentive for me.
Right. You're not doing it because you're a nice guy.
Right. If you don't pay, you could lose your license and all this other stuff. Taxes, you could have things repossessed and debt and all the payment, wages garnished and all this. So let's go to Cut 19, because here's Jeanine Pirro explaining there's a lot of evidence here with regards to what this guy allegedly did. And that's why a grand jury indicted him. Play Cut 19.
This was a deliberate act to damage the reflecting pool at the National Mall that members of the National Park Service actually have worked hard to restore and have witnessed. By Hearn's own admission, on June 19th, he reached down into the pool.
Juneteenth.
Our evidence further shows that the National Park Service employees observed Hearn actually forcefully and violently pulling up and removing the bottom liner with both hands. According to witnesses, Hearn damaged approximately 2 square feet of sealant from the bottom of the pool. A parks employee actually told Hearn to stop his behavior and stop what he was doing. Hearn reacted by shouting at that parks employee, saying that she cared too much about the reflecting pool, and why did she even care, since it wasn't her pool. Now, Mr. Hearn's behavior was characterized by witnesses as belligerent, rude, and disrespectful, according to National Park Service employees that witnessed the event. Now, let me talk a moment about those employees. Many of those employees have come from around the country because they are proud of this nation. They are proud of the 250th anniversary that we are about to experience. Many of them have decided to step away from their desks and to go outside and actually work next to the pool to witness what was going on, as opposed to staying in a cool office. These are the witnesses that we're talking about in this case. These are the people who care about this particular monument and what is going on.
So there's Judge Janine, or DC U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro, explaining like this guy was not like just walking around and we indicted him for no reason. Like he was clearly engaging in behavior that a lot of people thought was troubling. And that's it. This is an indictment from a grand jury. It wasn't just the Department of Justice unilaterally saying charge him. These were indictments that, a grand jury group of people in Washington, D.C. said, there's enough here to say he probably did something. That's how that works.
He's not just being a curious George. Just petting the liner.
If I dip my, if I pet it. It's a beautiful liner. I mean, just
like,
be ashamed if someone cut it with a box cutter. Yeah.
People are ridiculous. So, get a hobby.
Very ridiculous.
I think that could save America. I think people need hobbies.
This is
then politics just overconsumes you. Yeah.
Their hobby is Trump derangement syndrome. Mm-hmm. That's their hobby. Mm-hmm. All right. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to keep rolling through the cut sheet. We got Fight Club coming up in about 25, 30 minutes or so. We're going to go down a trip down memory lane. Good old Barack Obama talking about deportations.
Barry.
We've got Tom Homan also saying that now the administration, ICE, Department of Homeland Security, going to be stepping up worksite raids again. These illegal aliens who are occupying jobs that Americans should be occupying for slave labor. We'll talk about what Barack Obama had to say about illegal aliens who were working in this country back from the 2008 campaign. We'll have that and more on the cut sheet on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. It's Farish and Hummel taking you all the way to 10 o'clock. Fight Club right around the corner, and we're back after this.
It's the final seconds of the match, and the world is watching. He's lining up the shot. The crowd is on their feet. Whoa, wait, that's not the goal. That's a gas line. Ooh, red card. Before you dig in your yard, make the smart play and call 811 to have underground utility lines marked. Contact 811 before you dig, because hitting a gas line is definitely a penalty. Visit PA1call.org.
No! USA is up 2-0. That is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Relax, Mike.
See that, Dan? My left eye is twitching. That's my warning eye. It'll be 2-2 by stoppage time. It's never wrong.
With early payout from Bet365, I got paid the second they went up 2 goals. So to me, it's now the safest lead.
Early payout from Bet365, huh? Now my right eye is twitching, Dan.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Prioritize yourself and make your dream of an attractive, healthy smile a reality at PI Dental Center. The professionals at PI Dental have been transforming patients' smiles for over 38 years. Board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, perform complex dental makeovers with their Teeth in a Day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just 1 day. It's time to invest in yourself. For a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental. Visit PIDentalCenter.com.
There's nothing simple about choosing an engagement ring. Most people don't know where to start. That's why they turn to Family & Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton. JR will walk you through every step: diamonds, settings, styles, and how to choose what actually fits their budget and their partner. There's no pressure and no confusion, just straightforward guidance and a wide selection to compare with confidence. The goal is simple: leave knowing you made the right decision. Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton, New Jersey, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
It is 8:50 as we wrap up hour 3 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Sean Farish, Anna Hummel, taking you all the way to 10 o'clock. Fight Club, 20 minutes away. Could you believe that? We're almost at Fight Club. We're almost at Fight of the Week time.
You said this one was unique? What did you say about it?
Very unique.
Unique fight, okay.
Definitely unique. It's unique. I saw it yesterday. I said, whoa. Now, that's interesting. All right.
Okay, I'm excited for it.
It'll be interesting. And then we'll vote on the Fight of the Week here, and we'll make it all happen. All right, let's get into back into the cut sheet. I got an interesting here. Let's start with Tom Homan. This is going to be, where is it? Come on now. 11. Cut 11. The Trump administration is actively moving to surge worksite immigration enforcement raids, coming after multiple plants in Alabama were raided and illegals were scooped up. Let's roll cut 11 there, Phil.
I mean, the president's already set the priorities of immigration enforcement. We're going. First of all, we have the most secure border in the history of this nation. Well, that provides more resources for interior enforcement operations, which we plan on doing. We're doing it now. And of course, we've been sidelined just a little bit with the airports. The president put me in charge of the airport. I said the airports, and that's worked out very well. But as that ramps down now, we'll put more agents in the field. You're going to see arrests go up. You're going to see more worksite enforcement operations coming. So you're going to see a ramp up in immigration enforcement in this country. That's what the American people voted for, and that's what the President Trump's going to give them.
So that was from April, but CNN reported on the fact that is actually taking place now. Tom Homan said in April, more worksite enforcement is coming. And recently you saw a couple of plants, some factories and some plants in Alabama were raided, and the illegals were found, rounded up, arrested, and are now pending deportation. People say, oh, that's terrible. Why would you do worksite raids? Who's going to pick the avocados? Who's going to pick the food? Who's going to clean the toilets if we get rid of all the illegal aliens? And it kind of sounds a lot like, who's going to pick the cotton if we free the slaves? It's the exact same mentality, is it not? Mm-hmm. Right? So I want to go back, though. This is cut 24 to 2008. Ooh. This is Barack Hussein Obama criticizing the Bush administration for not enough deportations. This is Obama. He's going to sound like Trump. This is not AI. This is not a ChatGPT recreation. This is not, a deep fake. This is actually Barack Obama from the 2008 campaign on illegal immigration. Cut 24, go.
This administration, the Bush administration, has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes Employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. As president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. Start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States.
Whoa, that's racist.
Whoa.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Right? Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Was that Barack Obama? Was that Donald Trump? Was that Hayberg on Instagram who impersonates Obama?
I know. It's shocking to see. There's a similar clip of Hillary Clinton either in 07 or 08, and she's talking about how people need to speak English when they come to this country. I'm just like, oh, who is this? Where did these people come from?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just that white supremacy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just terrible. Cut 25 here along the same lines. Little more Barack Obama, who responds to criticism now about, well, you're deporting all these illegals. It's so terrible. And he says, it's the law. Cut 25. Let's roll it. Cut 25.
Maybe.
Barack Obama. Bound by law.
Last time we spoke, you said that you weren't king, you were president. There were only certain things you could do unilaterally. As time goes on,
That's
1,000
Telemundo,
deportations on average a day. People are wondering, and our Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds, that's the question everybody asks. Won't you at least consider unilaterally freezing deportations for the parents of deferred action kids?
Yeah. Here's the problem that I have, Jose, and I've said this consistently. My job in the executive branch is supposed to be to carry out the laws that are passed. Congress has said, here's the law when it comes to those who are undocumented, and they allocate a whole bunch of money for enforcement. And what I have been able to do is to make a legal argument that I think is absolutely right, which is that given the resources we have, we can't do everything that Congress has asked us to do. What we can do is then carve out the DREAM Act folks, saying young people who have basically grown up here are Americans that we should welcome. We're not going to have them operate under a cloud, under a shadow. But if we start broadening that, then essentially I would be ignoring the law in a way that I think would be very difficult to defend legally. So that's not an option. And I do get a little worried that advocates of immigration reform start losing heart and immediately thinking, well, somehow there's an out here. If Congress doesn't act, we'll just have the president sign something and that'll take care of it. We won't have to worry about it.
Again, that's Barack Obama talking about, hey, there's laws that Congress passed regarding immigration, deportations. There's resources and money that was allocated to enforce those laws. And he, just like the rest of us, are bound by those laws. And as a matter of fact, he is tasked with, as the head of the executive branch, when he was president, enforcing those laws. And is that not the same argument, Anna, that we've been making now? We have laws on the books, deport the illegals because they're breaking the law. And these are congressionally passed laws that, seem to be totally fine and legal. You're not supposed to come here illegally. Right? It's the same thing that we're saying.
Yeah. Is there any footage of like someone sitting down with Obama and playing this and going, what about this? What do you think now? Did you change your mind? Is it different now?
And that's
Why is it different now?
Like if you change your mind, you're allowed.
Totally. But like why? And was it racist back then or wasn't racist back then, but it's racist now? Why is that the case? Or Hillary Clinton being like, what about this? This is what you were saying 20, 15 years ago. Is it still the case or now it's racist if you ask people to speak English in America?
Right.
I don't know.
I think it's only racist when Trump says it. You have to speak English. That's racist. Hillary Clinton is like, you have to speak English. That's brilliant. That's the way it is. Barack Obama is saying he's bound by the law to deport illegals, and that if he was to overlook immigration law, that would be tough to defend legally. That's brilliant. When Donald Trump says, hey, it's the law and they have to go because they broke the law and there's consequences for breaking the law and the consequences are deportation, that's racist. Even though Barack Obama essentially said the same thing. It's unbelievable how far the left has gone. Left. That's it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a cut or two more, maybe some steak dinner on a skydive, and Fight Club, Fight of the Week, this day in music history, the rest of the cut sheet on this America 250 Eve, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. It's Sean Farish and Anna Hummel, 855-839-1210 if you want to chime in on anything that we're discussing today. Or you just want to yell at one of us. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine I would say I don't want to get yelled at, but it's okay. That and more coming up on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. We're back after this.
Liberty Mutual customizes your insurance. And now we're customizing this ad for your morning commute to wake you up, which could help your driving. Science says that stimulating the brain increases alertness. So here's a pop quiz. How many months have 28 days? What gets wetter as it dries? What has keys but can't open locks? If you don't want to hear the answers, turn off this Liberty Mutual ad now. 12 months, a towel, piano. Enjoy being fully alert.
Liberty, 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 liberty. David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
My obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy kept me from baseball games with my boys. The stairs were too much. With Camzyos, my symptoms have improved and I can be more active again. Camzyos is a cardiac myosin inhibitor, the first in its class to treat adults with symptomatic OHCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and ability to be active, and it reduced obstruction in the heart 4 times more.
In a 30-week study, Camzyos, mavacamten, reduced post-exercise obstruction on average 47 units of pressure versus 10 with placebo. Results may vary. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help for new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy, as Camzyos may harm your unborn baby.
Visit Camzyos.com or call 1-855-CAMZYOS. Actor portrayal.
This year, America celebrates 250 years. 2.5 centuries of courage, sacrifice, and family stories passed down from one generation to the next. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger, founders of Legacy Box. Your family's piece of the American story is sitting in an attic or closet right now, trapped on aging VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and fading photos.
Those boxes hold moments you can never recreate. Your wedding day, your children's voices when they were little, grandparents coming back to life on screen.
Over 2 million families have trusted Legacy Box. And we've just partnered with the USO to digitize fragile handwritten letters from World War II, helping preserve American history for future generations.
As America turns 250, remember that your family is a part of the American story. Preserving those voices, faces, and moments is a part of your responsibility to the next generation. Don't let them disappear on your watch.
Visit legacybox.com/radio for our amazing America 250 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to save.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
You know what I love? American-made products, baby. That's right. It's Rich Zioli. American-made products, and that's what you get from Emmons Roofing and Siding. Owens Corning shingles are made in New Jersey. Certainteed siding made right outside of Philly. Provia windows and doors handcrafted in Ohio. And because Emmons is platinum with Owens Corning, your roof comes with a lifetime workmanship warranty. That's accountability on American-made quality from an American company right in our backyard. EmmonsRoofing.com, EmmonsRoofing.com. Honda.com.
Hey, Dawn here. With gas prices on top of everyone's minds right now, what about a hybrid? There are a lot of gas-saving options available from my friends at the Piazza Auto Group. The Honda hybrid lineup includes the Accord, the Civic, or the CR-V SUV. Take advantage right now of 2.99% financing, 36 months, or 3.99% for 60 months on the CR-V. Experience award-winning hybrid performance today. Piazza Honda in Philadelphia, Springfield, Langhorne, Pottstown, or Reading. PIAZZA, PiazzaHonda.com. Tell Dawn sent you.
Dom Giordano at noon. Kayal and Company now on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
.904, fourth and final hour. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Sean Farish on a Hummel with you for the next hour on 1210 WPHT on this America 250 Eve. Fight Club right around the corner, just a few minutes away. And I want to get to that steak dinner clip, but I'm going to tease it. We're going to push that back a little bit because we were having a run on immigration there with Barack Obama sounding awfully racist, Anna, about illegals, undocumented, whatever you want to call them in our country. I call them bad hombres. Very bad hombres. Nasty people. Stupid people, too. You look at them. Very stupid. The guy who fell into the toilet in California?
Yeah.
Needed a Spanish translator. Just saying. I don't know if he was legal or not, but talk about stupid people. I mean, if you are reaching into a campsite vault toilet to rescue a pair of sunglasses, I would say...
You are not a smart person.
You are not a smart person. Let it go. Let the sunglasses go.
I don't care what they're worth.
No.
1,000, not worth it. So
Not worth
gross.
it. And if you're wearing $1,000 sunglasses over your vault toilet, you really don't care about them anyway, right?
Correct.
So,
yeah.
Don't
They're
drop
dispensable.
your sunglasses in the toilet. Don't reach into the toilet to get the sunglasses. And most importantly, don't fall in. I make the joke all the time, like, I got to go to the bathroom. Don't fall in. Like, it's not a joke anymore. It's not
a joke.
All right, it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. I got hairy legs. The kids rub my leg down the pool. Watch the hair come back up again. Sharp as a tack, we were told. Guy campaigned on how hairy his legs were. Sharp as a tack. No issues.
Doing back handsprings and quadratic equations, but just when we could, but in private though, only. Private.
He was doing the back handsprings maybe down the aisle of an airplane like that fitness
yoga lady. Yeah.
Before, I was doing yoga, downward facing dog. I got long eyes. It's great. It's turbulence knocked me over, man. It was a scary time. Where is it?
I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
No one knows that.
He needs a translator. God damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly. Okay. And when he unleashed that doozy on Scott Pelley of 60 Minutes, he just acted like, oh, okay. Fascinating. How would you say your mental... He answered that question about in 2022 about how his mental focus was. It was just...
With that answer.
And then with that answer. And Kelly was like, sounds good. Great.
Move it right along. Check.
Holy cow. All right, let's go to CNN real fast. This is 2015. And by the way, the last two clips of Obama came from one of my favorite accounts on X, Mazemore, Mazemore. One of the best. He does like a lot of clipping, but he'll contrast the clips next to each other. And here's what someone said a year ago, and here's what they're saying now, kind of thing. So this is also Mazemore. This is CNN talking about in 2015 birth tourism. This was the argument against birthright citizenship because you can come here, you can pop out a kid. That kid is a U.S. citizen, and they can go back to China, and they can go ahead and get indoctrinated, CCP propaganda, come back here, subvert the United States because they're a citizen technically just because they were born on U.S. soil. And of course, that's a conspiracy theory now, but it wasn't a conspiracy theory back in 2015 when CNN was reporting on it. Let's go to cut 23.
I know it's not my baby.
The child growing inside Audra Anderson will be going to parents in China.
Who are the future parents of this child you're carrying right now?
A Chinese gay couple. And they are the most wonderful people that I know. They are loving and caring. And if I didn't think that, I wouldn't have given them two wonderful children.
Anderson's surrogate pregnancy is not unusual. A growing number of women in the U.S. are becoming surrogates for wealthy Chinese couples. Agencies like West Coast Surrogacy in Irvine, California, are seeing a large influx of customers from overseas. In fact, 40% of their clients are from China.
For one, their child will be a U.S. citizen. I'm sure that has some draw to it.
你好. There are other American companies trying to get in on this growing surrogacy industry. Unlike international adoption, there are very few rules governing international surrogacy. Here in a small desert town in Southern California, Audra Anderson says she's already considering carrying a third surrogate child. She can earn from $35,000 to $45,000 for each baby.
Damn.
I thought it was a conspiracy theory, Anna, that this is birth tourism thing was happening. I thought that was like, oh, you're racist. You just don't want the people come into the country and you don't want more American citizens. No, I mean, that's from CNN in 2015. Okay. Acknowledging the reason why birthright citizenship needs to be reformed, if not completely done away with. Right.
Yeah.
It needs to be reformed where that can't happen because that is a major vulnerability.
Yeah, think about this. Like, I know she was having children for like a gay couple, but what if she was just having children for just like a regular Chinese couple that were fertility-wise totally fine, and they send their embryos to her to grow in her body, and then the kid is just theirs, right, biologically speaking, and an American citizen? Well played.
Well played.
Well played.
And
yeah.
And CNN's talking about, back in 2015, it's a growing industry, and now... Yeah. It is a machine. It's huge now. The birth tourism, or that's not even birth tourism, that's surrogacy. But you have people who are coming into the country pregnant and popping out kids, and now boom, that kid is a U.S. citizen just because the child was born on U.S. soil. And yeah, the Constitution says that's how it works in simple terms. But you would like to believe maybe the Supreme Court that they would have been a little more nuanced with the potential vulnerabilities there. But I mean, then the question is it the Supreme Court's job to legislate, or is it the Supreme Court's job to evaluate the constitutionality of legal challenges? And their job is not to legislate. I don't want the Supreme Court acting as a de facto legislative branch, because that's not their job. Their job is to review legislation. As much as I am upset with Amy Coney Barrett's logic, she isn't like betraying me. I didn't vote for her. I didn't. She's not an elected representative.
Right.
She's a justice, and she's. I think her judgment's off, but she doesn't owe me.
Is it
anything.
though, or is it like we need to change the laws? We need another amendment, perhaps, to
we do
deal with this growing issue.
We do.
Yeah,
we absolutely do. We absolutely do need. We need that.
That would never happen, though.
Right. That's the problem. Like I said, you can't even pass the Save America Act, which 80% of Americans support, and they're like, nah. Again, you're at the restaurant. How do you want your meal cooked? I want a steak. I want my steak rare, and it comes out, well done, which is such a joke. That's where the whitewashing of society, like we're being kind. It's not fat anymore. It's plus sized. A steak that is burned is not well done, nor is it done well. It is an atrocity. I know you don't eat meat.
I don't.
You don't eat but that's fine. It's an atrocity. It's not well
I've
done.
heard from other meat eaters, they say the same thing.
Yeah, it's poorly done. Now, it doesn't have to be alive when I eat it, but it should be, there's got to be some red. There's got to be some color. I don't want to be
lightly
munching
cooked
on a truck tire. Yeah, lightly cooked. All right, it's that time, Anna. You know what time it is? It is time for Fight Club. Let's roll it.
Come on.
Fight Club.
Come on.
Kayal and Company Fight Club.
Pretty simple math.
We know the math is very simple. A good cell phone camera plus a great location plus a good fight equal big rating.
We can fight this. You got knocked the out, man.
We are going to knock you out.
I'm not looking for a fight, but if you want one, you came to the right place.
It is time for Fight Club on this America 250 Eve, Friday, July 3rd. You're going to want to be on YouTube for this, youtube.com/1210WPHT. Friday's submission, I found this on X. It's a unique fight, as I told on. Out in this location. We've seen fights on airplanes, we've seen fights on cruise ships, we've seen fights in bars and fast food joints, but I don't think we've ever seen a fight break out on a roof. This is on the roof of a home, and it's the roofers that are fighting. They fighting in friends. Yeah. All right. Let's roll this. There's no audio because all the audio is in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know if there's any dirty words. Okay?
Sure.
And so rather than play the whole fight with this running the whole time, we don't need that. We just mute the audio. So you're going to want to go on to youtube.com/1210WPHT if you want to see the Roofer Royal Rumble.
Oh.
Threw a guy off the roof. Another one down off the roof. I mean, they're all throws that guy off the
totally
roof.
fine. That would ruin people. These guys. Yeah. I wonder what they were fighting about.
I don't know.
I always like to know what was it over? Would I have been that mad? Right.
Right.
Because I like the drama.
What do you think about his these guys' ground game here? Is he
That's
doing a
pretty
good job?
good. You got him in a headlock. I mean, he's just kind of controlling him. He's not really choking him or anything at that point, but I like it. It's decent technique. It seems like they've chilled out, calmed down. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Nice. We're all friends now. Maybe. Probably not.
And have a cervezas, and that's that. Okay. There you go. A couple beers. Everybody's okay. How about it, though? That's pretty interesting.
I like it. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Different.
I've never seen a roof fight before. I don't think we've ever had a roof fight before.
Could you imagine if that was going on?
It. Yeah, come
at
on,
your
every
house?
Friday, and I see like, I had my roof done last year. We got hail, and so we had roof. There was no fight, which is good. We don't need fighting on the roof. We just need a roof on the roof.
Right.
But I come on every Friday. I cannot ever remember seeing a roof fight. Okay, so there was. It's time, I guess, for fight of the week. We got to think all the way back to Monday, which I can't remember. It's 5 days ago, and it's a long way. So, Jimmy Kelly, Phil Almquist, are we ready for to roll through fight of the week? I don't remember any of the fights this week. I have to be honest. So this is going to feel like it's going to feel brand new to me. But if we're ready to go, we will start with Monday's fight.
Kayal and Company, Friday,
here we go.
Fight Club 5. Your chance to vote for the fight of the week. And remember, fight equal ratings.
All right, Monday's fight. I don't remember where this one took place. I don't know what it was. It's going to be like watching it for the first time again. We'll eliminate one. We'll vote for fight of the week. And we'll call it a week here on 1210 WPHT on America 250 Eve, July 3rd. Let's roll Monday's fight.
I'm fucking we on there.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, she goes in like a heat-seeking missile. Yes. There's a lot of jigglage in this one. Here we go. Yeah.
Wow, and she's like a quarter of that chick's size.
She's
very impressive. And then all of a sudden, satellite fights.
Yes. You've got rolls popping out.
Are they all women? Is that a man? I don't know.
This is a good one, though.
A lot of jiggly bits, a lot of action.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's in scrubs, it looks like.
That's who's taking your blood pressure.
Right. I gotta get my shoes. This is a good fight.
Oh,
Look at
this
that.
is a great
Look at
fight.
that.
I just want to call this the winner already. Oh.
You know when Anna goes up that many octaves.
Hold
It's a
on,
really
hold
good
on.
fight.
There's plenty more to go to before you call the winner, okay?
Okay,
There's
okay,
plenty
sorry.
more to go
Yet.
to.
That's premature. Don't do it. But
I
you went
won't.
up about 15 octaves, Anna.
I did.
So
Oh.
I'm going to.
Very impressed. Yeah.
It was very good. All right. So that was Monday. That was, and it starts off, that woman is like a heat-seeking missile towards the Jabbas. And then you have the rolls, the boobs are out, the ground and pound, the scrubs. I didn't even notice the scrubs. There was a nurse there. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's go to Tuesday's fight now. Here's Tuesday. Oh, this is the one where you see it start. Yes.
Is that a woman?
Remember this? No, I think they're both. I think we determined they're both guys.
What?
You better calm down. First of all, y'all.
Sure.
He has moves, I think. But you usually don't see like the precursor.
Right. Are you sure that's a guy?
I think so.
I see breasts, but could just
they could be man boobs.
Right.
A soy boy type deal.
They're big though.
They are big. Help us.
You better chill out. You ready? You ready? You ready? Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't know if that's a guy though. Call for help. Here we go. Shirts off now. And here we go. Haymakers have been thrown.
Let's see.
And this is where it gets good, Anna. Watch what happens here. I remember this one now.
Is this what happens when trans men think they're men?
Yeah. There's a crow apparently going crazy in the background there.
Oh.
Check this out, though. When we get off to the street, he's got a pool skimmer.
What the?
Look at this.
We got weapons.
Weapons.
Her.
That is a woman.
See?
Yeah. He said he whooping that woman. Yeah. Wow.
And she's bigger than him. But she a woman.
She a woman.
This is a testament to why we shouldn't have men and women's sports. Right there.
Because the woman had to pick up a pool skimmer and still couldn't
Exhibit
land a
A. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was Tuesday. Pretty good,
Okay.
right? I mean, the precursor, it's slow. I like when you bring in the externals though.
The build
the
up.
pool skimmer, that was pretty
Oh
fun.
yeah, that was
well
creative.
done.
That was points for creativity and resourcefulness. Yeah.
Now, I was not here on Wednesday, so I didn't see Wednesday's fight. So this is going to be new for me. So let's go to Wednesday's fight now. This is the third fight of the week.
Yeah. Oh, look, they getting it on.
Oh, I think I did see this one. She just starts with the top off, right?
Wow.
Is that what I think I
And
see?
there's tops.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
think
there is no top. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
She's got
baseball
a
bat.
weapon, an external.
Maybe.
Whoa, she's like a Jedi.
The cop is like,
friends.
I don't even know.
That one down there is trying to pass guard.
Watch out, bro.
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 Imagine telling that to the police.
Watch out, bro. Here's Kermit. Look at the size of her. Holy cow. Talking about Thunder Thighs.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
He's loving
All
it.
right. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
I gotta be honest. All right, that was Wednesday. So far, I mean, those are three pretty good ones. Yesterday's fight I don't remember this one either. I cannot tell you what happened a day ago. So let's go to yesterday's fight, Thursday now. Let's roll it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do remember this. Yeah, the skinny girls, yes. Yes.
Oh my god. It's almost like too good that it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh man. What were you fighting over? I want context.
I'd like to know. This was.
That's great.
Damn.
That move. Little somersault,
nice
Willie.
move.
Yeah.
Trying to break it up now.
Knees, just trying to near. Oh my god.
We got hair pulling. We have.
Let go. You got my hair first.
Let go. They're telling each other to let go of each other.
Damn.
Here they go again. Back down. All right. They're separated now. All right. So that was Thursday. All right.
Yes.
And then today, obviously, was the Royal Rumble on the roof. So we have to eliminate one.
Okay.
What do you think? Which one do you think we should get rid of?
I'm probably.
I know which one. I know which one I think we should get rid of.
Okay. I'm going to say Monday.
You're going to say you're going to get rid of Monday.
I'm going to get rid of Monday.
With all the jiggly out?
Yeah, because I think that Wednesday was a better version of Monday.
Of the jiggly puff.
Yeah, and more boobs. So
okay. I could defer to that. I could defer to that. I was going to say get rid of the one with the pool skimmer because it looks like it's guy versus girl, but
I think that's why I liked it so much.
All right. So we'll leave that in there because that's a testament of why we can't have men and women's sports.
Right.
So let's get rid of Monday because you mentioned Wednesday was basically like Monday's fight, but better.
Yes, like 2.0.
I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I can get behind that. All right, so the choices are Tuesday through Friday. So it's Tuesday, which was man versus woman and pool skimmer. Wednesday was the Jigglypuff throwdown again. That was with the cops, right? Where watch out, bro. That was the dialogue.
Yeah, that
definitely adds to that fight
with a woman that started with her top off. Which is kind of smart because then there's like less garments to grab onto, which could be used against you. So maybe that was the strategy there.
They were fatter in the Wednesday ones. So it was more of a heavyweight bout in Wednesday. Thursday was the skinny girls were looked to be in some sort of parking lot or field in Florida. It looked like.
Yeah.
And Friday was the Royal Rumble on the roof.
Hombre v. hombre.
We have to pick a fight of the week. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Anna, which one are you going with?
I'm going with the intergender fight, intersex fight. I liked that a lot. More just for the lesson. And it just seemed pretty relative to the things that we're dealing with now and the recent Supreme Court ruling. This is why. This is why. There you go. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast my vote for the Wednesday fight because of the weight and because of the dialogue, telling the cops to watch out, kind of like let the fight keep going.
Don't ruin our fun.
Wednesday. Yeah, I'm going with Wednesday. Although I will say a close second is the Royal Rumble on the roof. That was because of how unique it was. But the fight wasn't that long. You don't see some of it because the guy gets dumped on the other side of the roof. I'm going with Wednesday. Wednesday is is my winner. So we'll see what comes in. This is a very, very close. Anna, your Tuesday's at 5%.
What?
Yeah.
People don't like seeing women get hit. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wednesday is currently in the lead, but only slightly. It's pretty even between Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So we will see who wins Fight of the Week when we return here on Kayal and Company. We've got about a half hour left, and we will do the steak dinner skydive on the cut sheet when we come back. This day in music history, Phil Almquist a little bit later. Towards the end of the show, vote on your Fight of the Week, and we will be back on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT 855-839-1210. If you want to celebrate America's 250th birthday, you got 30 minutes to do it left with Sean Farish and Anna Hummel. Stay right there. We're back after this.
Autoimmune disease. Difficult to treat and even more difficult to diagnose. If you've had Lyme disease, post-Lyme, or any type of autoimmune disease, you probably know how difficult it is. That's why you should contact Dr. Molly Fantasia and the team at Innovative Medical Associates. Through their unique hydration protocols, Dr. Molly and her staff have helped hundreds navigate the difficult journey of autoimmune Lyme disease, or post-Lyme. To set up the initial consultation, which is complimentary, call 856-489-0505. That's 856-489-0505. Or visit their website, innovativemedicalassociates.com, for additional information. Do what many others have done who have either been misdiagnosed or just led down a path to nowhere. Contact Innovative Medical Associates. That number again, 856-489-0505.
Helping your inner circle prepare for emergencies can start in many ways. Put together an emergency kit with WipeWall. Create a family communication plan with your tita. Remind Bai to keep a backup battery charged. It all starts with a simple step, telling those you care about to be ready for the worst. So start a conversation and plan for emergencies together. Get more tips at ready.gov/start. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Progressive Insurance. Progressive can protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, RV, and more. In short, a lot of things. Bundle today at progressive.com.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhaus with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Craving real barbecue? Head to Henry's Hot's Barbecue in Folsom, New Jersey. Voted Best of South Jersey Barbecue for 14 years. Open Friday through Sunday from noon till 7. Featuring St. Louis-style ribs, beef brisket, burgers, and an all-you-can-eat buffet every Sunday. Dine inside, relax outside, grab takeout, or let Henry's Hots cater your next event with full-service catering. Find them at 1003 Black Horse Pike in Folsom or visit bestbbqsj.com. Henry's Hots Barbecue, real Texas-style barbecue done right.
This July, celebrate America's 250th birthday with a home improvement project from Kitchen Magic you'll enjoy for years to come. Now through July 11th, save $2,500 on your new kitchen or bath project. For more than 45 years, families throughout the region have trusted Kitchen Magic for beautiful kitchen and bath transformations, backed by exceptional craftsmanship and service. Plus, flexible financing options are available. Visit kitchenmagic.com today and save $2,500 during our America 250 celebration. Offer ends July 11th.
Keeping free speech alive. Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210. WPHT. WPHT.
9:34 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT as we are making our way through the fourth and final hour here on the eve of America's 250th birthday. Kathy Barnett coming up at 10 o'clock this morning. The great Kathy Barnett. The one who, in my opinion, Trump should have endorsed in 2022 when she ran for Senate. He got that one wrong. He endorsed Dr. Oz instead. And that's why we have John Fetterman. All right. But John Fetterman has been quite the source of some entertainment as of late.
The only Democrat who,
yeah.
all he needed was a stroke.
Yeah. Right? I mean, that's how maybe that's the cure for Trump derangement syndrome. Hate to say it. You know?
Two negatives equal a positive sort of a thing. Yeah.
It could be, you know. It very well could be. That could be the dynamic at play here. All right. Back to the cut sheet just for a little bit. This was, I saw this, you know, on one of these accounts on X, like these people doing crazy stuff. You know, it was all over the place with these clips from the World Cup. I refuse. I'm not doing soccer. I'm just
like, what about the fans and stuff? The crazy Japanese fans I'm loving them.
Now, I will make an exception for the Japanese fans. They're cleaning up the stadiums. Great job out of them. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video of them shopping at Bass Pro? They were like, "Oh, look at gun! This is great." It was really insane.
No, but I saw one of a Japanese fan who accidentally bought the wrong ticket and ended up in like the Brazil fan area. Did you see this?
Oh, no.
And then Japan lost. Dude, I'll send it to you after the show. It is so funny. It was great. Yeah.
The Japanese soccer fans, to me, are also a lot better than the European soccer fans. No doubt. I am so black-pilled on Europe. Yesterday I was calling for the entire continent to be nuked, and like people thought it was a joke. Like,
wish I was joking.
Okay, yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, fine, sure. Winky, nod. Okay. This is cut 15. It's bizarre. There's no audio on this, but it's wild. So, Anna, you into like skydiving, heights, and that stuff,
no.
or is that like a hard
Hell
no?
no.
Okay. That's a hard no. Okay.
No.
That's not even like a no. That's like a no.
Nope. No.
Hardcore nope.
Not my bag.
It's not your thing. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well,
what about you?
I've never done it, but I would like to skydive.
Right? You were a thrill seeker. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm into that. I'd like to go like chase a tornado, like in the tornado. That could be fun. But that is on the ground. Although you'd hope that stays on the ground. There's no guarantee.
Right.
You chase a tornado, you might not stay on
Starts
the ground.
chasing you. Yeah.
Right. But this is a little different than just normal skydiving. So these guys, it's called Dinner for Six, and they were sitting at a dinner table of 6 people, and they are dropped out of the plane right in the middle of them eating steak. So this is too hard nosed for you. This is steak. Because you don't do that. You're the vegetarian, which is fine. Right. It's cool. And I think you said eggs. You do eggs, right?
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not a vegan.
So it's not vegan.
Right? No, I'm not a vegan. Mm-mm.
Very good.
Very good.
But here's cut 15. Yeah, we can't do vegan. So I don't know. Yes, don't vegan thing. Yeah, it's just it's not good.
It's a bridge too far for me. Even
it's a bridge too far. Yeah. Cut 15. There's a group of skydivers, youtube.com/1210WPHT if you want to see this, because there's no audio. Look at this.
This is the difference between men and women, by the way.
This is why women outlive men, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
Look at all the stuff falling off the table.
How is it not falling? Is it like anchored? Obviously, that's
Velcro,
glued,
maybe.
But the steak is... Okay. Interesting.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, that's insane. No, thank you.
It's awesome. I would.
Yeah,
what if one of them
dies though? I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, they died doing what they love, eating steak, right?
Flying.
I don't know how the steak is staying on the plate. I don't.
Is it real? I feel like it's not.
I don't know. Maybe? This might be AI now, but I don't see anybody with multiple hands. They're eating a steak.
Putting something in their mouth. Yeah.
Unless the steak is like Velcroed or something to the table too.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Otherwise, it'd all be flying everywhere.
Cheers. Steak all over the mountains. How crazy is that, though?
Yeah.
And then they leave the dinner table when they're finished with their meal, and they just open the parachute and they go. That's fine.
I'd
rather do that than.
Would you ever do
I'd rather do
base
that than
jumping?
scale the Empire State Building.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
You know, like those Russians.
What about like base jumping? Base jumping? That's
like
way
bungee
more
cord?
dangerous than skydiving, though. That's like where you run off a cliff.
Yeah.
Run off a cliff. I mean, you can hit rocks and stuff. I feel like it's a lot more dangerous
No.
than
I wouldn't do that.
skydiving. Yeah.
Because you're skydiving, you're landing in a wide open field. There's no rocks. You get the parachute, and as long as the parachute opens, you're all right.
Right.
But like, yeah, this whole base jumping thing, like you see these people diving off cliffs. I'm like, what if you like slip at the very last second? There's no like, oopsie. You know? Now you're going to bash your head open on like rocks and just
all the way
die.
down.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Bad way to go.
All right. So there it is. Steak dinner on a little skydiving for steak dinner. I think that's pretty cool. That was fun. I would like to try that maybe one day. My wife would probably never let me do it, but she said, "No, you kidding me? You can jump out." No, I just want a little steak. All right, here's something you should not do if you want somebody to take you seriously. This is going to be cut 9. It's a protester in front of the United Nations. I don't know what the big, obsession is here with people self-immolating. Lighting yourself
one
on
of those?
fire.
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's blurred out, but this guy is lighting himself on fire in front of the United Nations. Let's roll cut 9. Look at this. Well, it's
Does
blurred
he
out.
Die?
Oh,
Assuming
I'm
yes.
fairly certain this guy does not survive.
Yeah. I didn't know how
fairly
fast they
certain
put out
that
the fire, but
I'm fairly certain that his
Yeah,
charred
that's-
remains are all that lasts. But
is anyone even watching?
I don't.
I mean, I feel like the point would
I
be
don't get.
to get an audience.
Yeah, right. I don't get what you're doing. Like, what are you proving?
Is that car
Is
just
this
like at a
one of
red
those-
light? Where it's like, I didn't want to see this.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Or
It
just
might-
parked,
He
like-
might be at a red light, or he might just be parked there.
Could you imagine?
No, yeah, he's not on
by
the
that?
street. Just you're driving by a guy just en fuego. That is just wild.
You're just
That is
listening to
wild.
Britney Spears, and you're just like, what?
Yeah,
that's nutty.
Right? Hit me, baby, one more. Oh my god!
Jesus
That's how that
Christ.
goes.
Yeah.
Right. Like, wow. All right. So you're not into the lighting on fire, huh? Not into
No. I think that might be where I've often thought about what would be worse, like dying by fire or by water. Fire might be worse. I don't know.
Fire or alligator? You choose.
Alligator.
Tough, right? Tough call.
Yeah.
Alligator.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like maybe your adrenaline is so high you don't feel anything. That's what I want to tell myself with these things.
Right.
But
right.
I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible. Okay. All right. Let me see. Where do we go? Where do we go with this? I don't want to go to 17 yet unless we need it because it's kind of controversial. It's controversial in that it's like, I love animals, but at the same time, if you're getting attacked by a dog, what do you do? So
kill it.
But let's do this instead because we had that fight, man versus woman, right? And that was one you voted for. Cut 14 kind of coincides with that. This is a female Democratic representative who feels incredible sadness over the fact that the Supreme Court said men should not be in women's sports. Let's roll cut 14.
When I saw it, my first reaction was just incredible sadness, honestly.
Of course, she's from Vermont.
Sadness about how much hatred has been directed at this group of people.
What about women?
And I know from talking with parents of trans kids in Vermont, kids just want to have a shot at having a normal life like any other kid.
I roll.
So this is like up your alley, you being a woman who identifies as a woman, right? And you practice jujitsu, and not right now with the knee, right? You have a little issue going on with the knee at this point in time, but it's something that it's quite a physical activity.
It is.
You've rolled with males, right, in that sport?
More than women, because not very few, but far fewer women do. And by the way, actually, it's funny. Last Saturday, we had what we call an open mat. So you just come, you roll. There's no real like structured class. There are a bunch of guys that I didn't know, and I had taken a week off because my knee and ankle, I got lots of injuries, and it's really scary to roll with people you don't know. Nobody's wearing a belt because it was no gi, so I had no idea if they're a white belt or a black belt. White belts are the scariest because they're just right, exactly. But black is the best, so at least it's kind of you got that going.
Yeah, it balances out.
I was really fearful, and one of them was like, "Hey, do you want to roll?" And I just said, like, "Look, do not hurt me." I was like, I am not a feminist. I want to be treated special. Do not treat me the same as those boys over there. Like, I am a delicate flower, and I'm just getting over this knee injury. I think I have knee tendonitis or bursitis or something's going on. And they're like, we got you. And they were super cool. And at the end of the roll, I was just like, hey, thank you for not using your man strength on me. Much appreciated. And they were like, we got you, girl. And I was like, sweet.
Cool.
That's what I want.
In terms of men and women's sports, and that's okay because you guys have you've signed a memorandum of understanding with the other guys and said this is what this is what I expect, this is what I could tolerate, etc.
Yeah, they're going maybe like 35% full strength. We're using it's more of a technical role than like a brute strength role, which they may use with another man of equal size, which is fine.
Sure,
right,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
but there's that understanding between you and the other male. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when you are a William/Leah Thomas going 100% of the time, 100% of his strength, and smoking all the other girls in the pool and taking the opportunities away from them. And that's the issue. It's like, oh, there's this marginalization. Like you are taking opportunities away from other women. All right, we got to take a quick break. We will be right back with This Day in Music History. We'll be crossing over with Kathy Barnett, Sean Farish, Anna Hummel, wrapping up this 4-hour marathon right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Stay right there.
Experience matters, especially when you're making an investment in your next vehicle. At Lexus of Cherry Hill, they've built their reputation the right way. Veteran and family owned and operated, and recognized as an 8-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. From the refined Lexus RX to the powerful and capable GX, you'll find performance, luxury, and reliability in every model. Visit Lexus of Cherry Hill in Mount Laurel or lexusofcherryhill.com. Lexus of Cherry Hill, doing business the right way. For J.D. Power of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE.
Well, Lorenzo, the pitch looked good.
Yeah, so green.
USA keeper was decent enough.
Didn't have much to do.
99 minutes.
Not a single goal. Well, Bet365 sure came through, though. I bet $10 and got $150 in bonus bets, just for signing up.
At least someone scored.
Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply. In-app only.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he specializes in finding big chunks of affordable term life insurance for just about everyone. Don't let diabetes or other health glitches keep you from owning $500,000 to $1 million or more of term life insurance. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. Call 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or visit biglou.com.
Call Big Lou, don't hesitate, 800-700-6898. Call Big Lou, don't hesitate, 800-700-6898. Visit biglou.com.
A plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
The events of September 11th changed our nation forever. As we approach the 25th anniversary, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT is looking to hear directly from those who experienced that day firsthand. Were you a first responder who answered the call on September 11th? Were you in New York City, Washington, or near Shanksville? Share your story as part of our special 25th anniversary broadcast, 9/11 Through the Eyes of, a collection of personal memories, reflections, and experiences from those whose lives were forever changed. If you have a first-hand account and would like to be considered for an interview, visit 1210WPHT.com. Let's remember, honor, and preserve them for future generations. Go to 1210WPHT.com.
A diagnosis like heart failure, AFib, or valve disease requires specialized expert care. It's serious stuff, and choosing the right heart care team can make all the difference. The heart specialists at Deborah Heart and Lung Center deliver advanced diagnostics and innovative treatment options ranging from minimally invasive procedures to complex cardiac surgery. The result? Measurably better outcomes from one of the leading heart hospitals in the country. Because when it's your heart, you don't take chances. DemandDeborah.org.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
9:51 a.m. on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Sean Farish, Anna Hummel wrapping up this America 250 Eve edition of Kayal and Company. Phil Umquist coming up with this day in music history in just a minute. The results of Fight of the Week. Wednesday seems to be the winner at this point. 35% to 28% Friday, 22% Thursday, and a measly 15% for Tuesday.
Hey.
That was honest choice. Just saying. Just saying. Weakness. All right. Phil, are you ready? Is Phil Umquist ready to go this day in music history?
I'm always ready. Today, July 3rd, we celebrate the birthdays of Vince Clarke from Depeche Mode, Mike Corby from the Babies, as well as Stephen Pearcy from Rat. We also lost Jim Morrison from The Doors in 71, as well as Brian Jones from the Stones in 69. Adam Could Waiting for the Sun by The Doors in 68. And Lights, Camera, Revolution by Suicidal Tendencies in 1990. Also in 96, Alice in Chains played their last show with Lane Staley. In 60, Muddy Waters performed at the Newport Jazz Festival. In 73, David Bowie performed for the last time as Ziggy Stardust. And in 86, Van Halen was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. But lastly, this, of course, is your weekly reminder that this station rocks harder than the rock stations in town every Saturday night between 11 and 1. And Magel, more Flotsam and Jetsam this week. See you then. For Kayal and Company, I'm Phil Umquist.
All right. Thank you, Phil. On this day in music history, I always love those reports. I never know what happened in music history till Phil comes on there and gives us the rundown. Have a happy, healthy, and safe 4th to you.
Thank
you. And yours. And hopefully we all make it on the other side next week. Everybody still has their hands and fingers attached after some fireworks. All right. Anna Hummel.
Yes.
It's been a fun one today, as always.
Thank
4
you.
hours.
Always great.
Have gone by real quick. It's always been a good time. Your fight, got smoked in the polls, but that's okay.
That's okay. I'll get the next one.
That's all right. You know about real fighting, not this amateur hour rookie crap on Fight Club. There you go. You know about the real fights. And now we're going to cross it over. We're going to bridge it over to the great Kathy Barnett, who I believe is waiting in the wings, ready to go. She's filling in for Dawn Stensland today. Kathy, are you there?
What's up, my friend? How you doing?
There she is.
How you doing?
There she is.
Hey.
Well, you tell me how you doing.
Hannah.
What's going on?
My gosh. You know what? I'm trying to keep hope alive is what I'm trying to do.
No, I hear you.
When you look at the state of our country, I mean, I'm going to go home. We got the pool ready. We got the hot dogs ready for grilling. And we're going to enjoy ourselves because who knows, at the rate in which we're going and electing these Democrat socialists, this might be the last one.
Right.
It's so sad. No, but you know what? But hope is not a strategy. You know that. I know you know that, right?
Right.
I love what you, I was listening to you and Anna coming in, and you're right. Especially when it comes to Islam, we have to inform the people, and we just got to keep beating the drum because we need Americans to wake up.
We do. And the threats that presents to Western civilization as a whole is it can't be understated. And we can't just gloss it over.
It is real.
We can't do the whole, if we ignore it, it'll go away. I mean, that never solved the problem a day in my life, ignoring the problem.
Okay, how about that?
You got a leaky roof, you ignore it, it gets worse. You got a flat tire, you ignore it, your tire's still flat. You have a bad, physical diagnosis, a disease, etc. You ignore it, it gets worse. You can't ignore the problems. You have to confront them head on. That's what I love about Kathy. She's very outspoken. Always, always. Everyone knows, how you feel. You don't pull any punches. And if you think there's an issue, you call it out.
We got
and you address these problems head on. It's the only way to do it.
Absolutely. We don't want to look like Poland. I saw that video. I saw that clip of yours. I'm driving and trying to look at the map. I'm like, what? We don't want to be Poland. We do want to be Poland. We don't want to be like the rest of the UK, the rest of Europe.
Right. I was going to say, I think we want to be Poland.
We want to be Poland.
Terror problem.
We don't want to be surrounded, though. Can you imagine being surrounded on all sides with that foolishness? No.
Right. Very good point. Well, Kathy Barnett is coming up next here on July 3rd, America 250 Eve. She is filling in for Dawn Stenslin. Anna Hummel, it's been great as always. Hope to do this again soon. I'm sure that it will happen in the not too distant future. Hope everybody has a happy, healthy, patriotic 4th of America. Remember, I don't care what the Democrats tell you. It's cool to love America despite the flaws. This is the greatest country in the world.
Amen.
You hit the lottery by being born here. You hit the lottery by living here. So act like it. Be grateful and fight to keep this country. Because as Benjamin Franklin said outside the Constitutional Convention in 1787, when a woman asked him, "What do we have, doctor?" He said, "A republic if you can keep it." And it's our job to keep it. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day, and America 250. Everybody, I'll catch you back here Monday morning next week, as I'll be in for the next couple weeks here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Happy 4th. We'll see you soon.
Download to see if you